I figured it out.
All right.
You have to hit the button twice.
So now you have to repeat everything you just said.
Welcome to Rule 62.
You never said that.
Okay.
You start off with
The second.
we are live.
Yeah, but the second time is always better. And the third time is supposed to be better than that. These poor people get to see me first on camera instead of your beautiful new haircut that I ran my fingers through your short locks.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah.
I felt good.
Without your consent, though.
I enjoyed it.
I saw that. I was pleased. I enjoyed it a little too. So, Jake.
Yes.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I suppose there's plenty of options. I like talking. It doesn't have to be anything particular. But I like to be funny too.
You like to be funny?
I like to goof off.
I want my little helper on camera more than I want me on camera. I like holding it better like this. Actually, I like sitting in those seats better because the microphone, I don't have to go like this for the mic. I just dropped something. What is this? Is this a Pokemon?
It looks like
with a tack in his head?
Yeah.
It's not a Pokemon. Let's see if we can
focus. That's Geodude.
Focus. Geodude?
Yeah.
I don't know what Geodude is. Does it have anything to do with recovery?
No.
Oh. You sure? Does Rick have anything to do with recovery? Rick from Rick and Morty? I think he does.
All right. I'm going to regret this.
Before.
Yeah. I was going to say, explain this one to me.
He's the right before I sobered up picture.
So did we introduce like what we are, who we are, what we're doing?
I didn't. I mean, did we ever do that?
Yeah, I usually say welcome to such and such. And
I said welcome to Rule 62 and you scolded me.
Well, because you're like, with the joke was you got to repeat everything you just said.
I don't have to do anything.
You're correct. You don't have to.
I don't have to. I can do it a different way. Maybe I did it that way the first time because I was nervous starting out. Maybe.
Are you still nervous?
No.
Okay. Well, welcome to Rule 62, Ryan.
Thank you. I feel more welcome now.
That's good.
So I think that we're going to have guests soon.
I hope so.
But until I don't even see anybody here.
I see Ray out there.
Yeah, I don't see anybody here. Maybe it's just going to be us.
I mean, that's very possible.
That'd be fun.
Are you okay with that? Are you prepared to talk with me for an hour and some odd minutes?
I have done that before many times.
We have.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we able to do this to an audience?
I'm not doing it to the audience. The audience is watching me do it to you. That sounded bad. The audience is watching.
No, they're watching you do it to me.
Okay, that's true. So I didn't know that they made Little Big books in camo.
I'm really glad I didn't jump on to respond to that and let you finish that sentence because I was about to be like, I had Little Big books all the time, but letting you finishing in camo allowed me to look and process and then come to the conclusion of I didn't either.
Yeah, I just figured this out, but I can't read anything on the top. I can only read the Alcoholics Anonymous thing because the words on the top are in camo. I'm not kidding. I can't read them. I'm sure they say something because they're words.
I feel like that's a really good way to lose a big book.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's on a
camouflage
white table, like if I threw this on the ground, it's gone. I have no idea where it is.
I always need a yellow backdrop to find my big book.
I need to be able to find my big book everywhere I go. That's why I have multiple, because I'm not going to remember it everywhere I go.
That's a good point.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be a big book. Whatever recovery works for you.
For me, it's a big book.
Yeah, for you it is. Whatever recovery works for you.
Oh boy, oh boy.
We're starting with how we ended.
Yeah, you know it. You know it.
All right. Do I have to actually touch this camera?
You do actually have to touch that camera because otherwise, according to Tim, we will lose sound if we use the remote to turn it.
Oh,
I want to lose sound.
Don't lose sound. Now, remember, gentlemen.
There is an angle to get both these guys on.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Remember, gentlemen. Oh, we can see that. I don't like you can see the computer.
Testing.
I can't do anything about that. Remember, we want to get close to the microphones.
Look at Ozzy Money.
Everybody can see you do non-inappropriate things to the microphone.
Oh, yeah.
Whoops. Whose Starburst is this?
That's yours.
Amen.
Get out of my head.
Are we allowed to
Jinx.
vape in here? In this room?
No,
I don't have the authority to give
Well,
you
Tim
permission.
said we could vape out there.
that's out there.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
Oh.
I didn't know.
Two different
It's still the same building. So
It's a
I'm gonna-
tiny room and we don't really have.
I'm gonna say no.
all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no because
That's fine.
this is my.
I just
weapon.
rather ask.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
All
start
this.
I'm trying to start asking for permission instead of forgiveness.
Good start. So what have you been up to, Ryder?
Oh, you know.
No, I don't.
No, you don't. So I'm leaving the kitchen to go back to the stores.
Get back on that mic.
He
I'm
left
leaving the kitchen to go back to the stores.
You're leaving the kitchen. The kitchen that you were hyping.
I mean,
up
I
all
like
last
it.
week.
I like it and stuff like that. But all my guys are
left.
graduating and stuff like that. I was gonna wait 2 weeks, but the guy's like, "Oh, you want out? You can get out." I was like, "All right, no big deal."
Well, who's gonna teach the new kitchen guys the energy?
We got this.
He's still in there for
You're
2
staying
weeks.
in there.
I got 2 weeks left.
2 weeks
So
left.
you're leaving him with a whole new crew for 2 weeks.
Yeah, kind of.
It's
Yeah.
good. We got this.
They got it.
Yeah.
I have all the faith in the world in you.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
my
We
day off today, so like,
got 7 business days left of work therapy.
business
So-
days.
Yeah,
Business
he's not counting days. He's counting business days.
Business days.
All right. So so you're going to the store?
To the stores.
Okay.
What do you sell at the stores?
Well, they're the Salvation thrift stores. So like, I'm gonna try and get back into donations and stuff like that because I like that because there's a lot of people that come through there and stuff, you know. And I like to talk to people and I like to see people and you know I take their stuff they don't want and I put it in different boxes and that's it.
I take their stuff.
I take their free stuff and I
So
separate
you've
it.
done this before.
Yeah.
What's the most interesting thing you've seen come through?
They got a bunch of stuff that comes through, you know, like phones, TVs, like
Chucky, second. Bring Chucky after these guys.
Chucky's not here.
Okay.
I think he's saying there's something else.
He
out
was
there.
here last night.
Right.
I think we have a problem.
We're good.
All right, Chucky.
whoever that is.
That's last week's problem.
Yeah.
And we're on a new week.
True.
We'll let the
Yeah.
past deal with the past.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's everything comes through there, you know.
What the coolest
everything.
thing? What's the, like? Obviously, there's got to be something that flashed in your mind right now. What is?
I mean, a bunch of like different like LeBrons and Jordans and like you know that's the stuff that I like and stuff like that. You
People
know
are
what I mean?
donating LeBrons and Jordans.
Yeah, like brand new ones and stuff like that. You know, Gucci stuff.
really?
People got
Which-
stuff
which
and they're like,
one?
"Hey, this stuff's old," so they give it up.
Which Salvation Army is this?
I don't know. They're all different. It all depends.
No, which
Yeah.
Salvation Army did you work at?
I go to different stores. So
Oh,
there's
really?
like Elk River.
Right now, is it by the pound?
No,
Okay.
I got moved.
Did you?
Yeah, yeah. I got moved. They try to put me down by the pound, but like the last time I was at the stores, I do a phenomenal job, and I work hard and stuff like that. And there's some people that do work, and there's some people that don't. You know, it's give and take with every business. But if I'm gonna be somewhere, I'm gonna work because it makes my day go by faster.
Absolutely, it does.
Sometimes I build furniture and stuff like that too.
I worked. I kind of worked hard today, and it felt like it dragged on. But
I think it's when I have nothing to do because that's how the kitchen's been sometimes because we have so
Yeah.
many guys in the kitchen. They've like doubled what it normally is.
Yeah.
That there's not enough to do. So it's like a lot of like downtime. And I don't like that. I like to be busy. I like to keep it moving and shaking, or it's like I get in my head and I got it now, you know, because only the guys come through when they're eating. And if I'm, you know, I mean, I got my guys and stuff like that, but it's like there's some times where you just have a lot of downtime and I'd rather not have that. I'd rather be busy for the last of those 6 weeks I got there.
you got 6 weeks left.
6 weeks left. I'm not counting business days. That's just regular.
Not bad.
Business days.
Yeah.
Business days.
When I get down to the business day section, I'll do that, you know, like 7 to 14.
So what's the update from the kitchen? What was on the menu today?
Well, we had biscuits and gravy today. Biscuits and gravy, tater tot hot dish. It's pretty good. Wasn't bad.
Biscuits and gravy with tater tot hot
No,
dish.
biscuits and gravy for lunch,
And
and
yeah,
then tater tot hot dish for dinner.
Okay.
yeah.
Do you do breakfast as well?
I do breakfast. Yeah.
What was breakfast?
Breakfast with biscuits and gravy.
Then what was lunch?
Oh no, we had
Eggs.
oatmeal today.
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
It's oatmeal
Eggs.
every other day,
Yeah, eggs twice or 3 times a week.
eggs 3 times a week, and then sometimes Sundays is over easy or whatever, or you know,
Yeah,
regular
Sundays
eggs instead of like
Order by order sometimes.
Okay.
when you mix
Depends how
eggs
we feel.
together.
How was that tater tot hot dish?
We don't. I don't eat.
I don't eat in the kitchen.
I've been there for 4 months. So that
You
menu
guys
don't
are telling me
change.
that you've been in this kitchen.
I
You don't
ate-
eat the food.
Well,
we munch and stuff like that.
munch on it,
But when you're around food for like 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
like you're not hungry. You're cooking it, you're making it, and stuff like that. You're not hungry. I don't know what it is, but like Brian says, like you're smelling food all day and it tricks your mind to being not hungry.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll fast
The
for like
food's
12,
good, though.
14 hours.
Get on that mic.
the food's good. The
Okay.
food's phenomenal. My buddy Dave, he's a head chef in there, so the food is good. I don't know. Since I got in the kitchen, I lost 40 pounds since I've been in there. Just like
Well, it's hot as hell in there.
Sweating it out.
hot.
Yeah, ain't
Yeah,
too bad, but
yeah,
he's been doing like a program of trying to lose some weight, and like
Yeah.
I got to give him props for that. 40 pounds in like a couple months, you know, is
So you lost weight
That's a
Lost
big
weight.
deal.
and you haven't found it.
No.
So it's-
I'm
it-
good on finding it.
All
Keep,
right.
keep
yeah.
it lost. Yeah.
Yeah, lost it for a reason.
So what have you been doing?
Working. What else? Working out,
Eating better.
eating way better.
There you go.
And no pop.
I quit drinking
That's big.
soda
Yeah,
and,
but that's a big one. Pop.
yeah, dude, I dropped like 30 pounds without trying.
Yeah.
Just stopping soda.
Yeah, you really weren't trying to. So that's a testament.
Yeah.
I mean, like I continue doing the same things of like sitting at a sit down job all day,
Yeah.
and or I ride in the car all day, and I don't.
that 200 grams of sugar and how many times you drinking sodas a day is a big thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I was terrible. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was drinking about 3 liters a day.
Right. So
So-
like I
Oh,
don't
yeah, especially like when you're out there using and all that. Like I was go hand in hand. You gotta have a fountain pop when you're getting high. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, when I came off Suboxone, my sugar cravings got 10 times worse.
that's crazy because
Yeah.
when I came off of like opiates, I didn't want sugars at all.
Really.
Because I was going hard on the sugars and like ice cream and all this kind of stuff when I was getting high. And then when I stopped getting high, I was like, man, I just want like some steak and potato. I want real food because
You want real food.
I've been not eating right for like the last 3-4 years. Like
Yeah, I think I had two extremes. Either I wanted proteins, so I was eating the steaks, or I was having a lot of beef jerky for snacks and
all the time.
stuff like that,
Mhm.
or I just wanted sugar.
Yeah, sugar.
Like Ben and Jerry's, like strawberry cheesecake ice cream,
So I was about to ask you, what's your Ben and Jerry's flavor? Strawberry cheesecake?
strawberry cheesecake ice cream.
Monkey business for me. Oofta. Just as you're getting comfortable, and I want you to get comfortable. What's,
I'm
your,
always comfortable.
what's your Ben and Jerry's flavor?
I don't know Ben and Jerry's flavors, man.
Jerry
What?
Garcia.
No,
Barry. Oh, was it Jerry Berry Garcia?
I don't know Ben and Jerry's flavors.
You need to
Cherry Garcia.
Cherry
elevate your
Garcia.
life
Cherry
a little
Garcia.
bit and try
You know
some.
what? I've elevated my life to
Do I need to buy you some ice cream?
Please get them some of the strawberry.
Popsicles.
Get them
Popsicles.
ooh, the
Popsicles.
freezies. The freezies, like the blue
Freezies,
ones, like in the
yeah.
100 box.
nope.
No, watch. He's gonna go. He's gonna. I'm
Oh,
guessing. He's
fruit.
gonna go on talking about like how some foo fancy one.
or banana.
I'm wrong.
Or
The way you
Foo-foo
look at it.
fancy.
Yeah.
No, I just real fruit, nothing else.
Like I
Foo-foo
just said, I
fancy.
said
Yeah,
real
You
fruit.
buy 'em at
real
any
fruit.
store.
Ooh, look, I'm Ryan,
Yeah.
and I can afford real fruit.
real frozen
I didn't,
fruit.
I didn't say I could afford it. That doesn't stop me.
Whole
No.
Foods popsicles.
No, I get them at
You know,
Cub.
Whole Foods actually got cheaper now since Amazon bought it.
For real?
Yeah, my buddy Max told me about it, and I was like, "You're lying." And I went there, and it's like not it's cheaper than Target.
It's not on par yet with like Aldi. Or
No, it's not.
Trader
On,
Joe's.
yeah, it's not on par with them yet, but
No.
it's cheaper than Target.
It's Target.
Well,
Tarjay. We call it Tarjay.
Target because it's
Tarjay. Gotta
bougie.
be fancy. No, we live in the North Loop.
my dad called
Oh.
it Target too.
That's where
Yeah.
the Salvation Army is on the north in the North Loop.
Is it North Loop like a very fancy part of downtown?
No,
No.
I don't know.
I mean,
on the
efficiencies
border.
are like 1,200 for like an efficiency.
Yeah, that's not that's expensive.
That's spendy.
Yeah.
Coming from where I come from, where you can get like a 2-bedroom house for $750.
Yeah, it's country.
That is dirty.
how many
shit.
people
Yeah,
live in that
that's
town?
What's
All of
lacrosse? So it's, yeah, all of them. No,
Everybody who lives there lives there.
it was like lacrosse, Onalaska, and Holman. So they're like just all along the river. So like
population 10.
75,000 in lacrosse, and then like another 30 probably, or 30-25. So like 125,000 people
I'm from
in a
St.
like a
Paul,
long
so
line that goes up
way
the
more.
river.
Huh.
I have,
What
a,
do you- what do you-
I have a hard. Now we're gonna get deep.
Okay.
Let's,
Let's
get,
get
deep.
deep.
Deeper.
Okay,
Deeper.
I'm gonna give a quote,
Okay.
and the first thing that comes to your mind, one at a time. First thing that comes, you can participate too,
I get to play?
Jacob.
All right.
Hey.
One at a time. There is a principle which is a bar against all information which is proof against all arguments and which cannot fail to keep a man in everlasting ignorance. That principle is contempt prior to investigation.
I don't even understand that. I
Yeah,
had to read that
yeah.
myself.
Contempt
of
prior,
court.
contempt,
That's all I-
contempt prior to
It's
investigation.
the quote at the end of Appendix 2.
It's
Contempt
two
prior
things
to
that-
investigation.
two things that I don't like: investigation or contempt.
Separately.
yeah.
Separately, those are awful.
Yeah.
Together, they're about you. Contempt prior to investigation. So
Ryan's reading it again.
I'm
having
still investigating how to get sober or how to stay sober.
Uh-huh.
That's an everyday thing.
So then
Okay.
you're
You know what I'm
not contempt prior to investigation. of it.
in sobriety as a whole.
In sobriety as a whole, yeah. Like,
How about can you think of a type of meeting that you don't like?
Oh, yeah.
I don't like the call up meetings, the CP or whatever. Like, I don't know.
Is CP a
just-
call up?
Yeah.
The first half on Thursdays is a
Oh, is it?
call up,
Yeah.
and then it's just like whatever you call a speaker meeting. The
Yeah,
second
yeah.
half or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's
I-
all right because like they'll call random people. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
I don't like when they call the people that they know
yeah,
because I feel like that's just you're giving the same platform to the same people.
yeah.
Yeah.
He does not like when they call random people.
Yeah. And, yeah. I like it here. Like
Mhm.
when we on Friday, I like it here. And I leave my flavor over there.
How about if you went to a meeting where they read out of the big book and then they would beat like they read a paragraph and then beat it to death in the meeting, like everybody would share if they want to. Would you like a meeting like that?
That's
I'm
my
trying, I'm
favorite.
trying to find a
Yeah,
meeting.
like
I mean,
more
that's-
intense. Yeah, we
that's
have
my
one.
favorite,
We
okay.
have one there.
Yeah.
It's called Shoulder to Shoulder. That's like that, and that's
Uh-huh.
a great meeting. Like it gets intense.
Awesome.
Great guys.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
Shoulder to Shoulder.
At the house?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that at the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about if you went to a meeting where somebody gave a topic and it was just a topic that they picked, and then everybody broke up into smaller groups, and then a lot
We
of
do
we
that,
do that
once.
too.
We've
hold
done-
on,
yeah.
hold on, it gets better,
Oh,
It gets better.
ooh.
kind of.
I don't know.
It gets better. It just works for some, doesn't work for others, just like everything. And in that meeting, people were more talking about how they felt rather than relating to the topic. Like
Like a
trying to
feelings meeting.
basically, yeah. I didn't want to say that.
Yeah. Well, it was
But
like
yeah,
a feelings meeting.
it's a fe-
like,
Well,
yeah.
you didn't.
what?
He did.
I know
we
I
did.
That's what I
did.
said.
Well, that, and I was,
No,
I was
Do you like those?
A lot of meetings are like feeling meetings though, because you're there to get the stuff off your chest.
Sure.
But we kind of have a meeting we go to sinking ships,
Okay.
and that's actually going like when we break into the small groups,
Yeah.
it makes you feel more personable. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
you really dig down deep, and then once I don't know, we go to a lot of meetings. Like
We've tried a lot of meetings since
A lot.
I've done to a lot of different meetings since I've been here because I like to see what I like, and
Uh-huh.
see what I feel comfortable. 'cause,
Go,
like,
go to NA and AA.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Any other types of programs?
I have horrible things that go through my mind.
I know.
Sex Addicts Anonymous.
That's not a horrible thing. That's a real thing.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like that.
Thing.
Me saying something like
Yeah.
that is like the horrible
I've,
thing.
I've been to two of those because I thought I might be in that
How
boat.
are they?
They're the one that I went to was same one twice. It was a lot. It was I walked away and I was like, I'm not one of them.
This isn't. I'm not. Oh,
I'm not one of them. That's okay. I just need to stop trying to make a big deal out of everything and just do what works for me already.
that's good.
Just pour myself harder into it. And that's what I attempted to do. I don't know if I did a good job, but I attempted to do it. And I'm still here.
that's all that matters.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you showed up to our podcast rather than,
Not because I wanted to whine and not show up.
or because you're busy trying to have sex. I don't know.
I wasn't doing that. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
he got real
No.
defensive.
That was Sex
I wasn't doing
Anonymous.
that.
You're making things up
No, I'm not. You did not do that, right? You did not show up, correct?
for the reason that you said.
Yes.
No, I didn't not show up for that reason. I showed up.
Would have been a good.
No, I'm saying you didn't
That
miss
would be
it
a bad
because you were
reason for
busy
me.
doing that. Just like you didn't miss the podcast because you were drinking. You didn't miss the podcast because you were getting high. You didn't miss the podcast because you were having sex.
I wasn't doing any of those things. Yeah. you're right.
Amen.
There we go.
Amen.
But I really wanted to whine and complain and not come because I ate too much and I was overly full.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
I want-
He fat boyed on some Chipotle.
I feel fat.
Right.
I don't really eat out anymore. So I like
You
the
splurged a little bit.
portions. Actually, I remembered randomly that I had a free Chipotle meal in the app, and I don't know how long I've had it, but I had it, and so I got it, and
Did you get guac?
I did. So I
Okay.
spent a
Nice.
little bit of money
On the guac.
on,
guac
on,
is-
on the guac.
I
yeah.
love the
Free.
guac.
A free
You know, you
burrito.
can take some home, right?
What?
You didn't have to eat it all. You could portion it out.
That's not how I feel.
Yeah. who does that?
That's not how I feel.
That's not how
Hey,
it works.
because you put it away like
No,
you're gonna
he-
bring it home,
Yeah,
and
but-
you gotta take another bite.
So because in AA, Ryan was taught to go all in, be all the way in or all the way out.
This is actually a fact.
He does the same thing when it comes to
Food.
eating or cooking.
Everything.
If you've ever asked Ryan to cook, he doesn't know how to cook for just him.
No, I hate cooking just for me.
So like you'd cook and then you'd be like, oh, you guys got to take some home.
Well, so I used to cook a meal for on every Monday night for an accumulated time of about 15, 16 years maybe.
Nice.
And it would be for my old home group. And at any given time there was anywhere between I think like the smallest amount that I like the smallest number of plates that I planned for was 40. And at the meeting's peak, which Jake was a part of that crew,
Yeah,
I had to have a cooking crew,
yeah.
and the meeting was about 250 strong at that time,
Damn.
maybe 200.
That's a lot of people because we feed
Yeah, we
we
feed
feed
about 100.
like 100. So I could just imagine we'd have to double down,
Yeah.
almost triple.
I'm pretty.
We
good
would
at
show
it,
up at noon on
so we wouldn't have to rush.
so we'd have to rush. So
So we'd
noon
have-
on
yeah.
Mondays we'd show up,
Able to play,
and then we would do everything. If we didn't have everything we needed, then we would meet at a store at 11:30ish to get some supplies. But
Yeah.
we were always
For the meeting on Monday night.
Yeah.
for the 7:00 meeting.
it was
was
a
that?
it was a half day commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
that
loved
we
it.
could prep,
Happily
cook.
did it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Get
got
everything ready.
a bunch of people with you cooking and stuff like that. It's fellowship.
Yeah.
So it's like I look
Makes you
forward
feel
to
good,
hanging
though.
out with these guys
Actually
and I'm doing
doing a
something for.
service.
And at that time when the meeting was that big too, there was a 7:30 start to the meeting. Food started at 6, and meeting would get over between 8:30, 8:45, like clockwork. Big book study with somebody at a podium, and then after the meeting is when the best recovery happened.
Yeah.
It's always when the best
The
recovery
meeting
happens.
after
After
the
the
meeting.
meeting, yeah.
The meeting before the meeting
Yeah,
and the meeting
yeah.
after the meeting.
Like this one.
Yep.
Yep.
The
It's
meeting
always
after the
best.
meeting that's when the recovery happens.
Yep.
And at that time we would be there until 12, 1, sometimes 2 in the morning, just hanging out, shooting the shit. And maybe if we got tired of listening to each other talk at each other, we'd play a game. Like there was a foosball table.
Oh yeah, we
That-
did a lot of food.
That's
That's-
that's his
Yeah,
thing, bro.
Yeah. Me and my
He's
buddy.
a
yeah.
foosballer.
I used to be decent.
Yeah.
I attempted to play at a bar one time
Got smoked.
just because I saw I got absolutely smoked.
Do you
Dude's
spin?
like just sitting there waiting for
You're not-
somebody to
you're not
come
a
up.
spinner?
I don't like spinning. I don't think it has a place. Well, in the bar league, it doesn't have a place.
Yeah.
Is what I learned before I went there, because there was a couple of guys who played at the meeting who would try to go and play at the bar league, and they were saying like, "There's no defense. You guys are like, I have defense. There's nobody has defense at the bar leagues. You have offense, and then you have luck.
Yeah.
That's what you have." But like we might pull out some cards. I think somebody tried to pull out a board game one time and he got made fun of, but he didn't care.
What
Yeah,
kind
let's
of
play
card game?
Monopoly.
There
I
was,
love spades.
Spades.
I love
They never
spades.
wanted to play the card game, so I wanted to play
I
What did you wanna
think they
play?
played
Go fish.
Magic the Gathering.
Oh, we got one in the
Oh.
house that would you'd be
Yeah.
great friends with, dude.
Yeah.
in
You would play it?
every yeah, I would have.
Dungeons and
In
Dragons.
everyone
I love
else's
D&D.
in everyone else's defense, you never brought it up.
I didn't.
Not
I was
once.
so, I was so afraid to actually be myself for the longest time. Like I
You were closeted.
was very closeted nerd.
I was a closet Magic the
Go
Gathering player.
LARPing.
Yeah,
Beat it,
yeah.
nerd.
I never got into LARPing, but like I like
Yeah.
tabletop gaming, so I like to play D&D. I like to play Magic the Gathering.
You gotta have a decent dungeon master though to play D&D. Like
Oh,
somebody that
yeah.
has like can keep the story going and like change
Make
stuff
sure
up.
everyone calls him master too.
I've got I've
Call
got a
me
DM right
Dragon.
now that
Call me Dragon.
Call me Nighthawk.
Nighthawk, yeah.
we
One of the
started
best movies ever.
we started as the group that I'm with now. We started back in 2020 during the lockdowns, and we had the same DM and the same core group of guys, and we play not as often as we used to. Like during the lockdown, it was every week, but now we play about every 6 months. We get together and we play like a 12-hour session. And
Jeez.
next
Damn,
month, June 13th, that's our game night.
Shit.
Gonna go hard.
I'm
Clear
so
the
excited.
calendar.
There's like a dude on the internet or whatever. He's been running a game for like 30 years long, and he has like his whole like thing built and like the whole like maps and stuff like that. Like,
you ever listen to D&D podcasts?
no,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, so I have a follow up
I
question.
played it
Yeah.
twice.
Hey, that look he gave you was like, really? Really?
Yeah. I have a follow-up question. Is there anything that you guys can think of that you've heard in sobriety, like that isn't recovery related, that you're just like, no, I don't want to do that
All the time.
That like people are like going out to do after a meeting, for example.
No, because we have like that curfew thing right now. So it's like I would like to go out to eat and I would like to do that stuff. But by the time meetings end at like 8:30 or like 9 o'clock, you get
Yeah.
out. Like we got an hour before we get back because I would totally go smash tacos or steaks
Okay.
and all that kind of stuff. Or like
I go out to eat fellowship and like when we were going to singing ships. And all
Yeah.
that. Like that's-
Okay.
But anything we wouldn't want to do, I don't know. Like I don't know.
You don't know?
No, like I haven't heard anything outlandish where I'm like, hell no.
Can you think of something that you wouldn't want to do that doesn't involve getting loaded? Like you can do a lot of things
Oh, you can do a lot. Yeah.
that
But
like
I
that
wouldn't
like
wanna
you used to do, like when you were getting higher drunk, but you would still be able to do it sober. But
I
like,
don't know about going to movies with a bunch of dudes. Like, hey, let's all go to a movie. Like,
Oh, you want to go to the movie with me?
are you
are
paying?
you paying?
So that's the contingency.
Are you buying snacks?
So-
Snacks are more expensive. than
Snacks
the
are
movie.
way more expensive.
so
Yeah.
basically, you want to be our date.
You guys paying?
So yes, you could just say yes instead
We
of
need one
all
chick
those
to
extra-
come. We need
Yeah,
one chick to come
yeah.
because she has a purse to bring your own snacks in. Everybody knows
See
the play.
that? Come on.
no. You just get cargo shorts, aka purse shorts.
I don't wear cargo shorts.
Well,
Bro,
you
work
gotta
at
ridiculous.
the you're at the Salvation Army. They probably have plenty of fairs that come through every day.
Oh,
yeah,
I
I don't
bet they
wear
do.
cargo
Or
shorts.
Dickies.
You
Yeah,
got
we
you
wear
gotta be
Dickies.
friends with the guy who wears cargo shorts because those are purse shorts. Then you can fit a whole bunch of stuff in there. You could
Check if
just
y'all have
ask
cargo
See,
instead
shorts.
of
no, these
trying
are,
to-
these
I
are
like
just
to
regular
take a peek.
khakis. These are just regular khakis. I mean, you can take a peek whatever you want.
said-
I'll show it. It don't matter.
Hallelujah.
Three peaks.
Whatever you want to see. Like
Jake.
I'll show it.
Jake, you sound hideous.
I am.
Okay.
Right.
I never claimed to be
Khakis.
I never.
Jake.
Yeah.
From State Farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't plug that company.
No.
Yeah, they probably don't pay shit.
Well, they pay certain people things.
You gotta
Yeah,
have
not
khakis.
not,
But-
if, not
but-
if you do crash or something like that.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't like to pay people
They don't
that
like
have
to pay
that-
out.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
that are
I-
owed. They
I
don't-
hate
I'm
insurance.
Jake from Rule 62.
Well,
There you go.
Yeah.
I hate
There you
insurance
go.
because like I pay insurance for 6 years or 10 years and I didn't get in a car accident. I'm like, dude, that's half the truck that I just bought.
Yeah, you don't really
Hey,
feel
man.
insured. It's like
I used to-
insurance is I think I don't remember what comedian said this, but it's not really insurance. It's more like in case shit.
Yeah.
case shit happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I was running around with fake insurance for a long time.
That's really smart.
I can't say stuff about insurance on here because it's recorded.
Allegedly.
And live
We'll
stream.
It's
leave that.
alleged,
Yeah,
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. So let me see if I can do this on camera. I'm pointing at you right now, even though it looks like I'm not pointing at you. But on
Okay.
the camera, I'm pointing at you. What do you want to plug?
I hate this part because I
I got a
drop
plug.
blank
How do you
Hey.
hate this part?
because
I
I
got a
forget.
plug.
I'm like, man, I have plugs
Alright.
and then I forget.
You always walk in
So,
here all happy
plug-
and stuff.
All right, I'll
And
plug,
kill
I'll
me at
plug
the
my
end.
work. All for you cleaning services. We do whatever. It's we cleaning services. You can call us. It's more like a mentorship too. Like
Uh-huh.
you know, we like to get people out of in recovery. So we can mentor them. So give us a call 651-278-9868. That's my boss's number, Mike, or my number, Gilly, 651-440-2321. And it's all for God too. You know, God. That's the main purpose is to bring people more closer to God and clean.
Yeah.
Make that money.
Follow up question, because there's a lot of things that Jake would do for a Klondike bar. So would you clean up blood?
Yeah.
Cool.
No, he's gonna kill me. Don't say that.
No, you would do for Klondike. I wouldn't do anything for a Klondike bar.
I wouldn't do much for
If it's
that.
dirty, we'll clean it.
Man,
Yeah.
back in the day, the things you said you do for a Klondike bar, man, I was a little scared. I stopped keeping them in my house.
Well,
Would you quack like a duck?
I mean, I'll quack like a duck just for.
I would have given them
I
just
brought
for
somebody
Haskell. I mean,
It brings you joyness. Like I'll quack. You know, quack
I've
quack.
never heard that word before. I like that word.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
I don't know if it's a real word.
Come join us.
It is
It,
now.
it sounds like
Come join
a
us.
cult.
Come join us.
I make up things.
You got your plug yet?
No, I'm lost. Every time
He's
I had
found
one,
now.
I
You
had one,
You
but
should plug being found.
I plug God.
There you go.
Hey,
That's a plug.
amen.
Yes,
That'll
that's a
work.
plug.
Yeah.
Pray more.
Mhm.
You know, ask and you shall receive as long as it's in the right path for you. You might not get it right away, but you're gonna get it when you need it.
Exactly.
Amen. You can plug where you work right now too. You can do a
It's-
plug,
it is-
plug and a plug.
This is his plug.
Like
Oh,
It's
the
his
same
plug.
plug that we both,
yeah.
whatever he just said 2.5 minutes ago,
I get
with the phone
I,
numbers.
I understand that.
Because last time I didn't have the information to plug, and I had to make him plug it.
This guy's got it memorized over.
Oh yeah. yeah. He's watching now too.
Oh, I forgot the.
Sucking for Jesus.
Let's see.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming back
Oh,
on.
Yeah, of course.
Will
Thank you
you
guys.
will you come back on next week?
Yeah,
All right.
of course. If you
And
if
then-
you'll have us,
The
course.
following week, the 28th, big day, graduation day.
Jake won't have you. I'll have
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I'll be on the road next
Any
week.
which
I'll be in the
way.
audience though. I'll be listening.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll be giving you shout outs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be watching from Bemidji.
Nice.
That's nice. That's
Oh,
cool. That's
yeah.
good.
it sounds familiar.
Once
but
you
I
do
don't
a
know.
call in, once you call in, call his phone video chat, and you can be on too.
I don't like that idea,
All
but I'll
right,
do it.
That's cool.
I'll do it.
I don't know how
Yeah.
the audio quality would come out.
Just wave
Just wave.
Yeah, just
like
Yeah.
that, like the
got
crazy
fan- you got
inflatable
fans
arm
now.
man.
Yeah.
you know?
wacky inflatable Jake man.
Well, will you guys send in our next two victims on your way out?
Yeah,
Sure
of course.
will.
Appreciate it.
That's what we're
Thanks,
guys.
best
We'll
at.
see you
We're
next.
victims.
Well, I will see you
We're
next.
the
I will
first victims.
watch next week, and Ryan will be here.
We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, for real.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
Hey, Ryan. Do you know who our first guests were brought to us by?
What? Tell me.
Meat gelatin at the top of the can. Whether you're feeding a cat or a dog, you can always count on meat gelatin at the top of the can to be there. Here at Meat Gelatin at the top of the can, we believe in two important things: consistency and reliability. You can count on us. We'll meet you there.
Look at that beautiful haircut.
Oh, am I actually on?
Yep.
Fabulous.
All right.
There's no more
Hi.
guests.
We don't have anybody else.
No.
Wow.
I don't think they like me, Jake. I think they like you.
I think the Timberwolves game was a hot topic.
And the temperature outside was hot too, so they didn't want to come.
That's true. When it gets too hot, then they might want to be back in here.
No. I mean, we would need a little more airflow in here. Like it's too hot.
Yeah, the airflow does kind of suck in here.
Yeah.
Actually, now that you're mentioning
Yeah,
it,
you didn't notice it until I said something.
yeah,
I
now
ruined
I'm
that.
feeling. I
sorry.
feel like I want to start sweating.
Yeah.
So, Ray, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Well, I've been working on my bike today, my motorcycle.
Yeah.
I had to get parts from my mechanic, and I went and did that. Got him the parts that he needed.
What do you have?
I have a Harley Davidson,
What kind?
a 500 Street, a
Oh.
small one.
I can't say I know what that is. I
It's
don't.
a small Harley Davidson.
Okay. Where's that one guy with the radio voice? I saw him out there.
Big O. He
No, he was sitting right there watching the screen when I turned around about.
He
5
didn't want to
minutes
come
ago.
on.
No, he owed me.
He owed you.
Yeah, he said last week. He said he would come on, and he would give us his best announcer voice.
Maybe that's why he doesn't want to come on, because you made him say that.
I asked. I didn't make him say anything. I said,
No.
"Are you? Will you do this?" He goes, "Yeah, next week. I got you."
I felt, and you weren't even asking me. I felt railroaded. You weren't even asking me.
Why'd you have to bring up the railroad? You like trains?
I don't care about trains one way or the other. They are useful and they do their thing.
You like trains?
You know what I really like about trains? That I don't live in North Minneapolis anymore. Anybody who has ever lived over north or does knows what I'm talking about. because sometimes they go 2 miles an hour and sometimes they go 0 miles an hour and sometimes they go -2 miles an hour,
Wow.
right where you're trying to drive. You got to have
That's
something
not
to
very
do.
efficient.
I can see how that is undesirable.
Like when I'd be going to from my sober house I lived in on 46 and Colfax, going down to the Camden laundromat to do laundry, which I drove by it the other day. I don't think it's there anymore. Which kind
No,
of
that entire neighborhood is
made me
different now.
feel sad that the laundromat's not there anymore. They had a lot of good. I had some good times in that laundromat with specifically with one friend that's no longer with us.
Is this back when you're at the James house?
I was never at the James house. I was at Colfax house. That's why
Oh.
it's on 46 and
Mhm.
Colfax.
All right, whatever.
46 and Colfax.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had this room upstairs with this big giant window with no air conditioning in the house and no way to put a window unit in my room, and so I just boiled all the time in the summertime. I didn't do much sleeping at home. I left as much as I could. It kept me out of the house, actually. It kept me doing recovery as hard as I could.
All right.
What are you checking, Jake?
I am sharing our live stream.
Oh, I thought you were checking the
All
scores.
right.
I was going to ask you what the scores were.
No, I just literally shared our live stream.
I shared mine. I shared it this week too. I think we should do something that involves recovery. What do you think?
I'm in.
Okay, go.
What would you like to? I mean, there's
You're-
it's a broad top. I mean,
You're in charge. Go.
I am in charge.
You're in charge of this topic.
That's a dangerous thing. These are just random questions. There's no recovery. on
Read me a
this.
question.
He'll turn it into recovery.
There you go. Turn into recovery.
This is a fun game. I like what this has evolved
Mhm.
into.
What is your favorite meal to cook and why?
What is my favorite meal to cook and why? It's grilled cheese sandwiches because they're easily and delicious.
Or are you supposed to
thick,
turn this into recovery?
cheesy and turn it into recovery.
Yeah.
It's
I think
a-
that was Ryan's challenge. It wasn't mine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a good morning meal for breakfast. And when you get going right in the morning, things tend to go right for you the rest of the day. So if you don't screw up your morning by not eating or by oversleeping or not sleeping long enough, you'll screw up your day. You know, in HALT, it says, do not get too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Well, you're working on being tired at that point in the morning. So you want to work on that and make sure you got enough sleep and that you didn't get too much sleep so you're lazy or sloth. That would not be good either.
No.
So you need fuel. You
Fuel.
basically you need to take care of yourself so that you may be of use to the people around you throughout the day.
Yep, you have to look at yourself in the mirror every morning and say that you love yourself and be willing to do stuff for yourself.
Like make a grilled cheese.
Like make a grilled cheese, like do something
Like
for
making
yourself.
grilled
Yeah.
cheese.
There you go.
Being
That's-
responsible for the effort,
Mhm.
not the outcome.
Hey Ryan,
Hey Jake.
what is your favorite who is your favorite Disney princess?
Oh, that's an easy question for me.
Easy? That's
Yeah,
easy.
that
Well, I
is-
guess you have a daughter, so
That's not why it's an easy question.
I mean,
I'm
like
not gonna
because
tell
you have a
what-
daughter, like you get to see more Disney princesses.
When I didn't have a daughter, that didn't stop me from watching tons of Disney movies.
Oh, so this has stayed
Really?
consistent.
Yeah.
Okay.
The very first movie I remember seeing in theaters was a Disney movie, and it was The Little Mermaid.
Really?
And I
Is she a Disney princess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her dad is literally named King Triton. Her dad. That makes her a princess.
Yeah.
Her love interest is literally Prince Eric. That makes her a princess. You haven't watched that movie a lot, have you?
I haven't seen that movie in
If you
many
watched
years.
it with me, I would be able to say the lines that are about to happen right
Wow.
before they happen.
Well,
I would sing I could sing every song right now. I won't. Don't worry. But no, in all seriousness, Ariel, that's my favorite movie. I don't think Ariel's my favorite Disney princess. I'd have to my favorite Disney princess might be either Princess Anna of Arendelle,
never even heard of it.
Frozen,
Okay.
hmm
Wow.
or Moana, who's not a princess, she says.
Your little girl was into Frozen.
She's into both of those.
Yeah, she had a Frozen period, right? Where she
She still lives in her. She still has lots of Frozen stuff. Currently, her current obsession is still Moana, but that's because of Moana 2, and she's one of the big reasons that it made over $1 billion at the box office. We saw it 11 times in the theater.
Can we take the camera off me now?
Why? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to put in a nicotine pouch.
Ew.
That's why I wasn't trying to put it on camera.
That's okay. Hi everyone. How you doing?
Hi, everybody.
What's our
Hello,
how
everybody.
are our numbers doing tonight?
I don't know. I don't know how to check that.
You know how to check that?
No.
Hmm.
Not great.
Tim knows how to do it.
When I took a peek, normally on broadcast night, we hit about 500 during live.
Oh, I bet we're not doing that, are we?
We are not.
No, we're not.
No, we'd be lucky to be hitting 100 today. So I want to blame the Timberwolves.
Well,
I want to blame me.
I want to talk about how you two gentlemen are with the steps of AA.
Okay.
That should bring people back in.
Okay.
How are you at the first step? Do you know it by heart?
Yes.
Okay.
Laugh at me, Jake.
Say it. And then
I just say that because like I know that there's probably been 200 men who have asked you to sponsor them.
I don't know. Maybe.
And out of those 200, I'm sure 100 have at least read the first step with you.
Only in the beginning, like the very beginning of my sponsorship journey, did I have people that would not make it through at least the preface and forwards. Because after they weren't like calling me the next day, like half of them or so, I found that unacceptable. Like I didn't find it unacceptable. I thought I could be doing something different. So I would say, well, how much time you got right now? And they'd tell me, and then I'd say, good, go get a big book. We're gonna do your first assignment right now. And I would read the preface and the forwards with them right then and there and explain it, you know, what I knew about them and all that. And then give them their next assignment. And then I'd usually I'd hear from them at least one more time after that. But the first step, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, dash that our lives had become unmanageable.
I love that dash
Why do you love that dash, Jake?
because I can insert anything into there. So that dash gives me the opportunity to put in drugs, alcohol. I mean, it says alcohol, so I can put in drugs, food, gambling, sex, anything that I use to escape how I feel.
What's the one thing you have power over?
Well, the one thing I have power over is my actions.
So you have power over you,
I don't even have that much power over me.
but you have power over you.
Yes,
And what's the thing that you suck at having power over?
me.
There you go. Step one. Step one. Done. Simple.
And life got
Okay.
manageable.
what I want to say about step one is the very important words that are in it. The two words are we and we. We admitted we were powerless. Okay. Who is we? We is yourself, God, and your fellows in your group. Through the Holy Spirit, we'll talk through them to you directly about your problems if you let them. If you let them. If you don't let them, it won't happen. If you're so tied up in your ego or tied up in something that happened to you as a child or something, you gotta forgive and forget those things and move on from them.
I believe you should forgive. You should not forget because our stories is what makes it powerful. I cannot forget where I came from. I cannot forget what got me here. I cannot forget the things that even the traumatic experiences. I cannot forget those because I can use that experience and where I'm at today to help another person who might be experiencing that.
What I don't think you got the intent of what I was trying to say is that you shouldn't let those things hold you back,
Correct.
is what I was trying to say there. Don't let things that happen to you hold you back from becoming the person you really want to be. Then not the alcoholic sitting on the street corner. and not the person getting abused.
So Ray, I got a question for you then, based
Okay.
on step one. How long ago did you do step one? Or I'll ask, when was the first time you did step one?
How many times?
The first time. When was the first,
First
time?
time was in 1977,
Okay, so in 1977,
probably
you
in April of 1977, the end part of 1977.
okay?
We
So
read the first step out of the 12 traditions and 12. Because when you were a new person, we'd read that part of the book to you.
okay, so did you, the person you wanted to become, that did you know that ideal and that vision that you might have set forth for you? Did you sell yourself short at that time compared to what your life is now?
No.
No.
Mm-mm. No. I still suffer from problems, yes, but do I feel like I'm a lot better off now than I was then? Oh yeah, a lot better off.
See, the only reason I asked that is because if you would have asked me, if anybody would have asked me when I first came in, I was working the first step this time, even this time, and somebody said, you know, what do you want your life to look like? What I would have put out there would have been drastically short of what my life is today. We got an awkward silence.
So what you're saying there, Jake,
God has done for me what I couldn't have done for
is
myself.
that while your will and God's will may align for you, you don't actually know how to get there. You don't really know what you want. You just know what you want to feel.
Yeah, because like the picture I painted was I want to not think about drugs and not get sweaty, and I want to just be a normal person that returns to the workforce and has a steady job that I don't, you know, that I'm employable, that type of stuff. I wanted basic, just a basic American dream
I saw you sweating the other day.
because I'm fat and it's hot out.
Okay, fine.
I'm talking about like just sitting still and I get freezing, but I'm sweating because I'm in some type of dope sweating stage.
Yeah. I mean, that goes away with abstinence.
A lot of abstinence.
Yeah. Like continued abstinence.
Yeah.
A
Because
lot of days put together.
Yeah. I mean, that post acute withdrawal, it's still stuck around for probably the first 120 days.
Mm-hmm. And you've been clean for how many days?
More than that. Oh, I think this tells me
Yeah, it does. How many days?
days. 1,171 days.
Okay. So you've had a lot more non-cold sweaty days.
Oh, yeah, for
than
sure.
you've had cold sweaty days.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's stuff to look forward to after that. So all you wanted was like one of the things that you wanted was just not to have cold sweats.
I wanted to not have cold sweats and not focus on
I think
drugs.
that's what he was getting at is that
Yeah.
when like I can speak for myself when my when my mind was like when I was telling me what in my head what I wanted, my mind was made up when when I was new in sobriety or when I was 2 years clean or 5 years or whatever time period that things would change. It's because whatever's going on in my life at that time, there's always going to be a worst feeling that I'm having right now. There's always going to be something that I feel is going to be the worst that could happen right now in my life. Because like I haven't thought about drinking or drugging in quite a while. I've had no desire to do that for a long time. I'm not avoiding it or anything like that. So I know that both of you can relate to that.
So your 10-step promise has come true for you.
That 10-step promise has come true and then some, yes. And that's the other thing. When those promises do actually come true once I've at whatever point they do, it's none of it's none of my business when any promise comes true for me. That's not up to me. But they can continue to take on new meaning because I'm still alive. They won't take on new meaning if I don't continue this work, but they can take on new meaning if I continue the work. And that keeps our text a living, breathing thing for me. So I think that's more what he was getting at. So when I was new, I just wanted to feel wanted somewhere. I wanted to not flip out anytime I smelled anything that was alcohol or drug. I wanted to know how to live, like just know how to have more than a couple of conversations with somebody without making some big deal out of nothing. And those are things that I can remember. But there were other things that I know there were other things that I was like, I just want this, and I'd think about it, and I'd obsess about it in the only way that I know how, in an alcoholic way. But things evolve and things change because I follow somebody else. So in the beginning, it's different. Like now, I want nothing more than to finish writing this book that I'm trying to write.
Oh,
I'm also writing a book.
really?
We're going to talk after this.
All right.
'Cause I actually didn't know that about you.
Yeah. Cool.
Even though I think I've mentioned this to you once before and you kept it a secret from me.
Are you going to talk about your journey and recovery? Is that going to be the basic of your book, or is it something totally
No.
different?
Something totally
Oh
different.
yeah, I write something totally different too.
Yeah. No,
Cool.
I'm not going to try to profit off of
Okay.
recovery.
All right.
That's me though. If
Cool.
somebody else does that, that's fine. They can do that. That's not what I want to do. I mean, I did think about that as an option because there's no story that I know better than my own. There's no story that I'm more passionate about than my own. But if I start, like if I write a book about my life, even if I make it into more of a fiction story, change up some things, but kind of keep what the main character is my life. People are going to be asking me, like, if it does well, then I'm going to get interviewed about it. And that was where I drew the line. No, I'm good. I don't want to get interviewed about my life and then
Oh, yeah.
figure out that people are paying money for something that I'd prefer to just, I was given it for free. I'd rather give it away for free. But again, if somebody else does that, that's fine. That's great. And if it works for them, I'm really happy for them.
So what about the step 2 now?
Step 2,
Everybody wanted to talk about the steps, and we started on 1, and now I imagine we go to 2.
Jake, what is step 2?
Came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity.
Are we done with it now?
I mean, that's a decision I get to make every day. God gave me that free ability.
Do you remember what the questions are?
Which questions?
in
Oh,
step 2?
God. Either. So when we, so I can probably I might get close to quoting that.
I believe
that
in you.
paragraph. When we became alcoholics, crushed by a self-imposed destruction we could not crisis that we could not postpone or evade,
Wow.
we had to fearlessly face the proposition that God either is or he isn't. God is everything or he is nothing. What was our choice to be?
Wow. that's
Perfect. That'll help.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I got some help. Yeah,
Pretty good quote.
You
Yeah.
did it. You did it.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I
page
wouldn't do that
53.
real quick.
We both have a whole bunch of ADHD.
Yeah, page 53 in the big book. That is the questions.
I actually attribute my the fact that I'm alive today to my ADHD, because recovery is one of the subjects that I was able to focus on without medication. So I did it to an unhealthy level, seemingly unhealthy. I mean, it's not unhealthy, obviously, recovery, but and I didn't hide in AA after I did for 2 years. Once I was ready to be plugged back into society, but I was suicidal, and I was a day away from my planned suicide. So I was in that boat in sobriety, and when I made it through my steps, and then I thought I was gonna have time to breathe. Made it through with my sponsor. Thought I was gonna have time to breathe. No, that's when the work starts. That's when the fun work starts too. You get way more out of teaching at a sponsoring than you do out of being taught.
Yeah.
It's like a fire hose of information. You're just overwhelmed. But I was able to give an ADHD obsession to recovery, so I can quote a lot.
Get out of my head.
And I keep going.
Get out of my head.
I know. I
I'm
Good for you.
carbon cut of exactly what you're saying.
I know that. I know that. And you still remember things that I said to you. You still repeat some things that I said to you
Oh, yeah.
verbatim 14 years ago.
Oh yeah, I still tell all my sponsees the same assignment when they're brand new that you told me. Go out and do 3 things for somebody without getting caught.
Wow.
3 nice things for somebody to not get. The fun part about that is it's really hard to not get caught.
Yeah, if you get caught, it doesn't count.
So yeah.
You gotta think of something else.
And if he tells anybody except this is the other thing. If you tell anybody except me, then you're caught.
It doesn't count. It
If
doesn't
anybody
count.
hears you telling me, then you're caught. You have to start over. So
Wow.
the whole reason for that is it lasts a long time. It gets him in a habit of not thinking about himself. That's the whole reason I'm alive today, is because I didn't have time to think about myself.
Because also in the first step readings, page 20, it tells us that our very lives as ex-problem drinkers depend upon our constant thought of others and how we may help meet their needs.
Very
So
good quote.
So step 2 is as simple as some people I've heard say, I can't, he can.
So I'll let him.
Didn't make sense to me still until my sponsor pointed at a sunset. And after I argued with him and every long timer that was, in my opinion, dumb enough to listen. and he pointed at a sunset and he looked at me and said, can you do that? And I was, do what? And I was looking at like the buildings and the people, and he said, out there on the horizon in the sky, like right at the bottom of the sky, can you do that? And I was like, the sunset? He's like, yeah, can you do that? Well, I was like, no. He goes, then there's something bigger than you. And then it hit, and then it made sense. I don't have to understand. I don't have to believe in. I don't have to say I believe in something. I don't have to understand what faith is, even though step 2 also teaches you what faith really is. At least it broke it down for me, and had it make sense. So I didn't want to rebel against it immediately when I heard the word faith, which is, turns out step 2 is one big manipulation that's fit for people just like me.
Right.
Well, I think it also states in step 2 about electricity and how the need
Yes.
for electricity is so much for a person who has an iron lung, and how they trust in that. And that's something you can't see, can't smell. If you touch it, you'll get a shock,
Yeah.
but you can't see it, can't smell it, can't weigh it.
Yeah. You don't walk into a room and look at the light switch and go, please, 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 and flip it up. You just walk in there and flip the light switch. You don't think about it. It's faith.
I have faith that light's going to come on.
Like I didn't ever lose faith in, like, when I was younger, not now, faith in my ability to play a sport, especially soccer. I had faith that I could stop anybody and I could put the ball anywhere on the field, because I could. I didn't think about it. I didn't say, please don't make me look bad. Please don't let me get laughed. wasn't ever worried about it. If it's not perfect, it's going to be perfect next time. It was always, I had faith, constant faith. Even if it wasn't exactly what I wanted, it was okay, because it would be better next time. And even if it wasn't better next time, it'd be better next. It was constant faith. And that's one thing that the big book said in chapter 4 as well, was we knew how to have faith in ourselves and our abilities.
Right.
So it taught me what faith was.
I think it's simple for step 2 for me to break it down. When I walked into when I came back, I'll say when I came back, I knew dope was a power greater than me. Like I couldn't outsmart it, couldn't outbase it. Like couldn't leave it alone. It wouldn't leave me alone, not in my head. When I came back, I had faith that AA was bigger than dope. Was a power. So I admitted that dope was a power greater than myself. And then I had faith that this program was going to be a power greater than dope. And then it grew from there. As simple as I can put it.
Good.
Okay, for me, when I came in, I came into the program like a fish takes to water. It was easy for me. And my first attempt at spirituality was the group, and the group translated into the Spirit of God. that moves through people, that talks to me, that helps me out. She's just checking on me.
Why didn't she want to come on the show?
I don't,
I
think
could
they, I,
ask
don't, I don't think they like me.
her.
I'm sitting in this chair this week. They're like, nope.
She's pretty shy.
I'm shy too.
I am not.
I'm not shy. I just prefer not to be around people. I'm not shy when I'm around them. But if I have a choice, I'm going to be not around people. Like, it doesn't mean I want to isolate or nothing. But
Are you going to go to Gopher State?
yeah,
Oh,
I have.
you'll be around a lot of people there.
I know. I've actually since 2 years before I got sober, I've missed one Gopher State. That was last year.
Yeah, because even when you had your concussion, you showed up.
Yep.
Not for long, but
I showed up for
that's-
as long as I could.
Yeah, you're there as long as you could.
And even when I had my post typhoid complications, I showed up. I was in a wheelchair, but I showed up.
Wow.
Had somebody to push me around, and somebody was like, "I got a wheelchair. You want to show up now?" I'm like, "Yep."
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
I'm excited.
Somebody offered me crutches that same year. I was like, "No," because if I get lightheaded, then not only am I going down, but the crutches are going to come down on me in some way that I'm not going to like, or I'm going to hit somebody else or something else. I don't want to pay for things at a hotel.
No.
Especially one that I can't afford bigger lawyers than them.
That is true.
So step 3,
Step 3,
Ray.
Ray.
Step 3.
That's
Step
great.
3 for Ray.
Came to believe in a power greater than ourselves. No,
No,
that's
step
step 2.
two.
Step 3 is
It's-
made a decision to turn our will and lives over to the care of God as we understood him.
Yes.
Okay. At first, my God was the group and the spirit of the people who talked to me in my group. You know, their spirits were good. You know, I knew all of those people probably until they died. Because when I started, I was 18 years old. And I was sober for all those years. And I've slowly seen them pass away. And their passing has actually made me stronger, that I have to do a little bit more than they did for me. And they did a lot for me. They told me of things to do, places to go. I used to go out dancing all the time. I used to spend a lot of time with my friends. I learned how to play cards. I'm a pretty good card player. So I have a lifetime hobby now of playing pinochle with my friends twice a week. And one of the guys I play cards with, he's been sober 47 years after a day or two ago. 57 years.
That's a good start.
That is a good year.
57. I'm like, 47, that's me. I'm like,
That's a good start.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. This 48-year thing, that's the longest I've been sober. I don't know too much after that.
I think that's a.
When you get there, let me know. Let me know so I know what to expect.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go on step 3 or?
I don't care.
It's probably going to be pretty close to what you'd say.
You don't know that.
I don't.
Go ahead.
I'm assuming.
Go ahead.
So step 3 for me, there's a sentence in the big book that makes it very simple, very black and white for me. Because I can't, if there's gray area, I will play in it. It says, being all powerful, he provided what we needed if we kept close to him and performed his work well. So from the way I understand this and the way that this written in for the 3rd step and in the big book, I will do the next right thing in front of me. That's the deal. The deal is I do the next right thing in front of me and God will take care of me. That's the agreement. I'm not responsible for anything else. I'm responsible for what he puts in front of me. And then everything else is up to God. If I do that, if I perform this well, then everything else in my life will be okay.
Fall into place.
Will fall into place. And that's the agreement. So in this part, and then in the next paragraph is actually the 3rd step prayer. In my big book, I actually sign my name and sober date because to me, that's a spiritual contract. I've entered in a spiritual contract that says, I will do what you put in front of me. You will provide what I need.
Wow.
Kind of the same thing. I'm going to put it a little different.
Okay.
First, when I read that with my sponsor, he said, "Do you have any questions before we proceed?" Before we got to the prayer, he asked that. I said, "Yeah." I thought I was going to stump him and he was going to call me a smartass. I said, "What's God's will for me?" He goes, "Oh, that's easy." I was thinking, like, what? You know what? He goes, "To finish your steps." I thought to myself, what a prick.
What a prick.
He was always outsmarting me. And then he wanted to put me in a position where I was going to be as humble as I can be and as uncomfortable as I could be. So we went, it was a Saturday afternoon. We went to a public park that was very busy, walked right in the middle of it, holding our big books. And he just stopped and dropped to his knees in front of me. And he said, "Come down here with me." So I dropped down to my knees and he said, "Open up your book to the third step prayer." And I opened up my book to the third step prayer. And he said, "Take my hands." And we joined hands. And he said the prayer from memory. I looked down and read the prayer out of the book. And that was that at that time. Later, it took on new meaning for me, which is what you said, Jake. Step 3 is essentially a spiritually contractual agreement where I agree that I'm going to do what's in front of me to the best of my ability at that moment. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. I don't have to necessarily like what I'm doing. It just has to be done. I don't have any control over what happens with my work after I'm done. I don't have any control over what changes are or are not made based on what work I've done wherever it is and however applicable that or anything else may be. Results are none of my business. Just my actions, just what I do, what's right in front of me. That's it. When I'm done with it, to the best of my ability, I put it out of my mind and I move on to the next thing. I do not dwell or focus on what I've done. I do not keep score. If I start keeping score, I'm setting myself up for resentment, which brings us to step 4.
And it's
we
just
can-
after 9.
We can continue that. Maybe we continue step 4 next time that we are able to do this.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds great to me.
I like it.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Hey, we did it.
Did we?
I have a question.
I might have answers.
Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm gonna ask Ray.
Okay.
Ray doesn't claim to have answers.
I said I might.
Yeah. That was a gaslighting thing. Don't you gaslight me just because you're taller than me and bigger and better looking and younger. Don't you do that.
I'm taller and younger. That's the only facts
Yep.
of that statement.
The only thing that I have on you is a better beard. That's it.
That is also fact.
I'm almost twice as old as you, so don't feel bad.
I don't feel bad at all. Ray, what would you like to change, big or small, that happens in or around your world for the next week?
For the next week.
In or around your world, big or small, based on, of course, your or anybody else's perception. What would you like to
I'm
see change?
currently having trouble with my finances. So finances.
I almost broke the keyboard.
Easy.
That would have put a damper on somebody's finances, not Ray's, somebody's finances. Said I broke this keyboard.
Well, I've got another keyboard. I could have. It'd be fine.
Okay. See, answers already. All I got to do is open my mouth. Ask for help. All I would have had to do is, my hand. All I had to do is ask for help. Okay. Was not an original thought from me. That must mean that it's helpful.
You can pray for me.
I can pray for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, you want to put the camera back on me?
Yeah, everybody likes looking at you. Look at that haircut.
Yeah, look at them curls at the top there.
Jake, you're a
Wow.
beautiful man.
I thank you.
I like your partially 1920s, partially, well, we'll say 1990s haircut. Love it.
It is kind of a
Yeah,
mix of
like
both.
late 90s and then like mid to late 20s at the top. Love it.
Thank you.
If my grandma would love it too. She would look at you with just the most adoring, wish I was 100 years younger eyes. Jake, for the next week, what would you like to do to add to somebody's life to make their life a little bit better? But you have to choose somebody that annoys you. So first, without naming names, can you think of someone who annoys you? Don't name names because we're on air.
I'm having trouble.
I like that. But there's somebody who annoys you out there. Maybe not that you're annoyed with at the second.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's somebody that annoys me.
Okay.
It's very minuscule, but like,
Okay. Are you around this person a lot? Hold on. Wait. Don't answer that. Are you around this person more than you'd like to be?
no,
Are you around them less because they annoy you a little bit?
no,
I like the okay.
no.
A lot of not control, Jake. You're making
Wow.
this way too like seriously, dude.
I
That's
apologize.
pretty good. That's
Was that a
pretty-
question?
No, you have to. That's a good thing.
Was that a
That's not
question?
apology.
What?
I apologize.
Well,
Are you asking if you apologize? Yes, you do apologize.
I mean,
Apologize to me.
I want you're surprised, and I want to, say there's that reaction in me that's like, I'm sorry that I'm making you feel this way.
Have you seen that episode of South Park, the Apologize episode?
Yeah, apologize.
Apologize. I apologize to Jesse Jackson. I don't care about you. Anyways,
Next week we should really make a statement during the meeting that we need people to come and be on the meeting, and especially women to come and be in the meeting.
Absolutely,
We should say that before.
we should. Will
when
you
we
be able
have
to do that?
announcement time? Well, if you don't, I will.
I will not be here.
You won't be here. Will you be here?
I'll be here for the recording.
You'll be here for the recording, so I'll have to do it. Okay.
Thanks, Ray.
All right.
I will be in Bemidji. So you were saying, Ryan?
I want to say hi to Chucky.
Hi, Chucky.
Hi, Chucky. Is he on?
It,
He's
his comment
listening?
that said Charles Edward Cohen. I probably shouldn't say the full name.
Yeah.
Charles says hi from Chucky.
Hi,
Oh,
Chucky.
So I assume he goes by Chucky.
yeah.
Yeah, he
okay.
goes by Chucky.
Also, Anna said Ray with a smiley face.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder which animal that is. Oh, I know. I probably know who it is.
hmm What can you do to add to somebody's life that you don't normally add to somebody's life?
Oh, there's a lot of things I can do.
Okay.
And I was actually just thinking about this today. I had my cleaning lady over today, and immediately I had the passing thought of I should send her over to that person's house and just pay for it.
Would that person be offended?
No, he probably really appreciate it.
You should ask him, in my opinion. But
Okay.
you probably know him better.
Is his name Ray?
No,
Oh.
I know him as Dad.
Oh, Dad. Yeah,
Oh,
that's a good
your
one.
dad would love that. That's a different
There you
kind of
go.
relationship.
There you go.
I thought you were going to say
good.
somebody that you know in sobriety.
Yeah.
No, I in sobriety, I really have not. I have had people that have just really twisted me the wrong way and made me feel the wrong way, and now today I do not feel the same way about them.
Well, good for you.
Would have been better had I not if I never went through the controlling emotions that it did for however many weeks I allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, look
We got
at
somebody.
Hello.
I told her to come on in.
Hey, we're bringing a woman on the show.
All right. Is she coming in?
I think
No,
so.
I told her.
Are we going to end?
Come
Okay.
on in.
Oh,
Come
we
on
have
in,
one
say
last
hello.
guest.
Wait a minute. I know you.
You do know me.
I do know you.
You know me. Most people do.
Hey, put the headphones on and get close to the mic like it owes you money.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my
I've done
God,
this
what was it
before. I'm not unfamiliar.
You've never been on our show before.
Not this one, but
She's
with
been on
Kim.
shows.
Get
Yeah, I've been
closer.
on shows.
Closer.
Cool.
Not only friends.
Closer.
Well, that didn't cross my mind at all until you said that.
Yeah, no, that's not a thing. My name is EJ, or some people call me Rambo Barbie.
Rambo Barbie.
Rambo
Rambo
Barbie.
Barbie. I love that. That's a new
Rambo or
name for me.
Rambo?
Rambo, like Like if I
Like
had
John
a red
Rambo.
bandana, yeah, if I had a red bandana.
That's so
and-
much cooler than I first heard. I
Yeah.
thought you said ramble. Like you just go
Oh,
talk
that's
and talk
good,
and
though.
talk and talk.
No, that's good though.
That's rambling.
I could be called Ramble, not Barbie.
Ramble on Barbie.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I saw you recently. It was at US Bank, and I can't remember which event because I went to like 2 or 3 of them back to back.
Yeah, I've been to a few. of
Did
them,
you work
yeah.
ACDC?
I did work ACDC.
Then I think I saw you at
Yeah.
ACDC.
Probably I was scanning tickets and my face was showing that I wasn't happy dealing with alcoholics all night that were actively in their use.
Did you also work Tom Segura?
I did not. But
Okay,
that
so
would have
then-
been cool.
Then I did see you at ACDC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And out of all the lines, I went to the shortest one, and I lean over and write a scan, and she's like, "Hey," and I look up, and I was like, "Oh my god,
Friendly face.
yeah, I hadn't seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's great.
How have you been?"
Good, really good. I'm interning at Hope Dealers. I'm volunteering with TCRP. I'm an assistant house manager for Change Place. I'm in college for communications with a focus in herbal studies. Like I'm doing the things that I thought were impossible for me.
Hey,
No
for sure.
way.
Yeah.
Dude, that is way different than because I've known you for a little over 2 years now, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Like your life is just bright and shiny and it's glowing and all these other great things. And it's actually really exciting to, have you on the show.
Thank you.
That this brings me joy.
Good, me too. Yeah, because I was kind of like a feral animal myself. Somebody said that about somebody else earlier, and I thought, or they called him a wild cat. And I remember my friend introducing me a couple of years ago. This is my friend EJ, and I'll never forget it. She said she's kind of like a feral animal, and it was then that I was like, because I really was. I mean, you saw me when I came in looking like Beetlejuice. Yeah, this is my own hair. This is a 1.5 years of hair grow out. And I ripped my own hair out in sad psychosis. I do that.
So what have you done that has caused all the positive change in your life?
I lost my kids to my vices 8 years ago. I gave my kids away to the needle, and I have not participated in any holidays for many years. It's been 8 years since I lost my kids in March, and I finally got to spend a Christmas with my oldest daughter, and I prayed that whole morning to whatever's out there. Turns out it's not me. I just want her to see me today. God, please just keep a needle out of my arm. And I couldn't do it. And the next morning she came to check on me and found one of my dirty loaded, and the look on her face and the things that she said, it's no longer CPS telling her she can't see me. It's now her decision. She said, Mom, I don't want anything to do with you. I don't even want to call you my mom if you're going to be on that shit. And absolutely. And I still didn't get it, and I got sick, like physically sick. Maybe it was a blessing, but I ran out of ways to do my DOC. And I wasn't getting high, and I was just getting more and more sick. And I was miserable.
Yeah.
How long you been clean now? Continuous sobriety.
15 months, a little over
Sweet.
15 months.
No way. That is
Sweet.
amazing.
Yeah.
That is so great.
Yeah, my clean date is 2/22/24.
I can tell by the smile on your face that is a miracle every time you think about it. To you, yeah.
It
You're,
is.
I mean, you're keeping your past fresh in your mind.
Well,
No,
yeah,
I
every
bet-
single day for the last 1.5 years, I have said to myself, I don't know if I'm going to make it clean today. And somehow I do. I just
Mhm.
don't have to use today. And that's not something that I tell myself, but I am afraid every single day. Like, what if today is a day? Because I'm a relapse revolving door. And I've proven that to myself time and time again for 20 years. And I'm tired of it.
What's the longest amount of clean time you put together?
5 years.
5 years. Okay. All right. So you've definitely, it's almost a comfortable thing then, isn't it?
Mhm.
With to relapse because
I'm more comfortable with negativity than I am positivity. Because at least with negativity, I know how to react,
Mhm.
Oh yeah. I lived in chaos all the time. So sometimes peace would bring
Chaos,
anxiety.
yes, anxiety. Yeah.
And then my brain would go cause chaos.
Yeah.
Mm.
Absolutely. I was sitting in my room not too long ago in the sober house, and it was super, super quiet. And I rock a lot. I'm a self-soother.
I was
And-
actually going to say you aren't rocking nearly as much as you
Right,
used to.
yeah.
Like I remember like when you first came in and you're at because like that meeting that we went to.
I still do that though. I
Well,
still get like that.
you're way like you are sitting still comparatively to how it was when you first came in.
Yeah.
What a
yeah.
gift. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
like. I
like-
actually got to see a complete transformation.
That's fantastic.
So this is
Well, thank you. I appreciate you saying that because I've worked really hard. Really hard.
it looks good on you.
Thank
So
you.
on our show, I have a statement going along the bottom. It says, "Ask the weird thing," and we do have a weird question. That's for every.
Yes,
Excellent. I'm the weirdest of those. Let's have it.
the weirdest of O's, like it's a breakfast cereal.
Right? Like, I don't care when you get the jokes. I just care that you get them.
Oh my gosh.
Bar soap or liquid soap? Anybody can answer.
That's it. Like that's the weird
That's
question.
the weird question we have so far.
Please get weirder.
that's from Chucky.
Please.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh.
also, Chucky says hi to you too.
Hi,
Oh,
Chucky. Hi, Chucky.
it's a mixture for me. Like when it comes to washing my hands after I go to the bathroom, I like bar soap.
Why?
But just
I don't understand.
so when it comes to like going to the sink and like doing this and getting the pump soap and then washing my hands, I always get a plop that goes. And I don't know if I think I just wash my hands wrong when it comes to liquid soap.
Well,
like-
it depends on the viscosity of it as well. Ooh, viscosity. Yeah, look that one. up.
Don't use your college words on me.
Look, just because I'm in college does not mean I'm smart.
Well,
It means you know big words.
yeah,
I
you're
do.
you're using an $8 word to somebody with a $3 education. But
That's such a sales thing to say.
and I work in sales.
I know.
There you
That's
go.
why I
So-
said that.
So I always waste it, and you know when I after I scrub and I go out and I rinse off my hands, like I still feel like I missed.
A film
I didn't want to say a film, but yeah,
feels like a little film.
Like you missed a spot.
well, like
there's
rinsing,
still
like
grit.
rinse, like I didn't rinse it all, like all the
Yeah,
liquid.
he feels like he
soap
can
off.
get all the soap off from liquid soap, but
Yeah.
he feels different about bar soap.
When I like to grab it, get it lathered in my hands. I see it right there. I can set it down, and I didn't drop any in the sink. So then I can just continue. Like, I'm
I
like,
can't
yeah.
believe this is even a conversation we're having.
Right?
It's the ask the weird thing.
Man,
I-
I wish I would have came up with the weird question because I got some.
You
weird
still can.
questions.
You
You
still
still,
can.
can. You're right there.
Go ahead.
Nobody's
Give us a
stopping
weird
you.
question.
I can
We'll
answer
try
this
and
while you
fire
think about it. I prefer liquid soap because I feel it makes less of a mess for me to clean up later. I don't like cleaning up soap scum. I feel it like when I clean my sink, there's like I try to clean with like a rag or a green scrubby or something. It leaves a film of the soap and then I have to throw it away. That green scrubby, I'm just done with it. If it's a rag, then I have to like rinse all the soap off before I put it in the washer because I don't want the hand soap to clog up the washer because I've cleaned out those hoses before. I don't like that. And I used to also have that issue with the film, but I just put less soap in my hand because I'm here to make bubbles. That's what I said. That's what I say. I'm here to make bubbles on my hand.
I love that. I love that for you.
Well, for me, pump is hand soap. So if you pump it, it's hand soap. And it's just for washing your hands. And I have one of Chucky's bars that I use in the shower. So there you go.
Yeah,
There we
that
go.
works. That works. Well, I'm a
Do
girl.
you use
one.
soap?
I do. I mean, I try not to. I guess. I mean, I smell weird most of the no. I smell fabulous. I got accidentally hooked on Bath and Body Works products, so I frequently,
Accidentally.
I frequently smell like Bath and Body Works.
How do you accidentally walk into a store?
I gotta look. I said just because I'm in college does not mean I'm smart. I still make stupid decisions. Like, so I don't know who let me loose with $10,000 of a student loan, but I blew that quick and in a hurry.
Oh, boy.
$10,000 was gone in like a month. But to be fair, I did pay off like 3 state reinstatement fees of roughly $1,000 each. Bought my car for 2, got insurance for 6 months because I'm like left up to my own devices. I'll get it for 1 month and then not have insurance and be illegally driving, and I don't have to live that way today. Figured while I had the means, get all my little ducks in a row. However,
Mhm. That's some recovery.
liquid soap.
There
Back to
was
that
some-
liquid soap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I don't think they make bars at Bath and Body Works. Now I'm gonna look.
I have no idea.
I mean,
if
they
do.
probably do.
Actually,
Yeah.
I don't think they do.
Hmm.
The last time I was in there, I bought some candles.
You know, they
And-
got the bath, the washer, those beads, the incense wash beads. They
I,
got that. at Bath
I saw
Body Works.
those and I didn't know what they were, so I didn't go anywhere near them.
Oh, they're
Did you
fabulous.
come up with a weird question for us?
Yeah, like okay, so I have a weird combination of comfort food that I eat. Something that like y'all are gonna think, oh, that must be a pregnant thing. Absolutely not. It came from a little Yiddish woman. All 8 of her. Love you, mom. Peanut butter bologna sandwich with a little bit of mustard, like a dot of mustard and a bed of lettuce. And it's don't knock until you try it. Or
Yellow mustard.
yes.
Okay.
Or a tablespoon of peanut butter in your chili, and it will emulsify it and make it creamier, and you won't be able to taste the peanut butter. You're welcome. That's a Lutzenheiser secret.
What
You can
kind of
give it
what kind of bread for the sandwich?
whatever bread you like.
Oh no, but what kind of bread
What
do you want?
I use?
Yeah.
Whatever's available, because I ain't picky.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Garbage
And
disposal.
And I'm usually broke and don't have.
Don't have the luxury of
consistency.
choice sometimes when it
Yeah,
comes to
I
food.
don't, and I'm too busy to go to the food shelf. To be honest.
I understand all of that. I relate to all of that.
Yeah, I'm still in the gritty part of it, in the sober house, still like struggling to feed myself, still like
yeah, but like it's a little bit different because like you have a car that's legally,
yeah.
it's road legal that you can.
Oh, dude,
to the
the
list.
problems that I have today are worlds different than the problems I had a year and a half ago. The problems I have today are problems I wished to want to have before when I was high.
Well
Boom.
put. Well put.
We were just
Where's
talking
that
about that.
Mic
Mic drop.
drop.
We didn't have one all show, so I figured.
That's true. You gave us our first mic drop this show.
Hey,
There we go. Love that. Not a joke either. We had like 3 of them last week.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I was sitting there, so I had 3 of them last week.
Yeah.
I kind of
Nice.
just
This
decided
is this is like the mic drop spot.
it is the mic drop spot, I guess. Okay, that evolved in the mic drop spot.
This is a
So
cool little spot. I like
what's the weird question?
So what is like your odd combination of food that brings you joy or comfort? Like, do you have one? Like, is there something that's like uncommon that you eat?
I feel like Ray would have that more than Jake and I because he's been around longer than us.
Touche.
Putting you on the spot, Ray.
Okay, well, I had a lot of canned fruit right out of the can,
Like
peaches and pears and
Oh
Do
God,
you
I
like-
thought you were gonna go on like saying like canned meats, like yeah, I eat the sardines around the can, and I'm like,
Oh, I've done that.
man.
I've done that.
Do you okay? So I have to pry further because I have a metal canish theory myself. Like I prefer to drink Pepsi or Coke out of a can rather than
100%.
a bottle.
Yep.
Because it's got that metallic taste that I like.
I used to be very big into soda,
Mhm.
and I preferred cans
Mm.
over.
It's
all
way
else.
better.
And
Way
when you
better.
drink it out of a can as opposed to a bottle, it has less plastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you were employed at Walmart, you would be a Walmart employee.
That's true. Yeah.
And everywhere you go, there you are.
And yet, absolutely that one.
Yes. That's fun.
So that
What is your weird comfort food?
weird. What is my weird comfort food?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, anything with sauerkraut.
Okay. Anything?
I've been like,
I mean, because that's ice cream and sauerkraut probably don't go together.
no
Breakfast cereal and
no.
sauerkraut wouldn't go together.
Yeah, it
I
does
mean,
not.
no.
But
Cupcakes.
like I've tried some. other
Reuben
things, like-
sandwiches. You like those?
Oh, I like Reubens. Yeah.
Who doesn't like a good Rachel or a Reuben?
Nobody that I want to know.
But yeah, so like as I've gotten older, I've definitely gotten way more into sauerkraut. So if I like sauerkraut on my burger.
That is good. I do like sauerkraut on a lot of things as well.
Or
Yeah.
sauerkraut on pizza.
I love sauerkraut
Me
on
too.
pizza.
Actually,
Really?
sauerkraut and celery on pizza.
I haven't tried celery. I'm very open to it
Yum.
because I love sauerkraut on pizza.
Do you?
Any place that I find, we should have gotten that last week because Chris has sauerkraut.
I didn't
as a
order it.
topping.
You ordered
I
it.
know.
You failed me.
Now I
I
want pizza. All I can think about is pizza now.
I will
Sorry.
actually take this moment to plug the Columbia Heights Pizza Man, as they give all of the listeners and attendants of this show a discount if you
Nice.
just walk in and say you're in recovery.
What? Yep. How big of a discount are we talking? Because I'm broke. You know what I mean?
It's like 30% off.
That's a good percent off.
Yeah, it's a bigger
than
it's a
25.
bigger discount than you'll get that than the public gets.
Right?
And-
That's cool.
Honestly, like you eat their pizza right next to like another similar style pizza place. You can taste that not only does the owner care about the quality of the food, but also you can tell the employees do.
Hmm.
And I know how he treats his employees because I've talked to him about that. I've asked him questions.
Yeah.
How are they with their sauce?
It's
That's
good.
actually my favorite thing about that place.
It's good.
Yeah.
I love
if
their
if
sauce.
you're
Sauce is where it's at.
if you're an
Exactly.
Italian
That's it.
snob,
Yeah.
you get your head out of the Italian snob place, because it's not. I don't think it's home. I don't think he spends 30 hours over a stove making sauce. I doubt he does, but it's good. It's a fast food pizza place, but it's better than like I've had Papa John's, Domino's, all those places.
And what's it called again?
Pizza Man,
Pizza Man.
Pizza Man. That's
Yeah.
I
In
was
Columbia
waiting for the
Heights.
guy's name.
Yeah.
He's like,
Chris. His name's Chris.
His name's Chris.
Yeah,
Chris.
Yeah.
Pizza Man. Chris.
yeah.
Yep. In Columbia,
Columbia
Heights
Heights.
on
Yep.
Central Avenue.
It's good stuff. It's on the car. I couldn't find it for a while when I was
Yeah,
driving.
it's like
Yeah.
in that strip mall, but like it's where the strip mall has that weird cutback
uh-huh.
right next to Napa.
Yeah, it's on the curve.
Yeah.
It's right on the curve, and it's like a little hole in the wall. And they also sell frozen pizzas.
Hmm.
They will make their pizza
do.
and freeze it for you. You just gotta, I don't know how much notice you gotta give them. You gotta give them some notice.
At minimum, I think you'd like 24 hours. So
Okay.
he can
Well, there you go.
He can make it and freeze
This
it.
is the guy who knows. I don't
love
really think
pizza.
that any of the food that I enjoy is weird because I love it. I've been told some of the things that I like. I mean, there's not one specific thing that I don't have a go-to. I really don't. Sometimes, like if I ever say I'm gonna eat like a 7-year-old tonight, that means that I'm about to down half a box of Captain Crunch berries.
Oh, that's good. I like that. That's cool.
But my body doesn't like it anymore,
No,
so I don't eat it very much.
is it the milk or the cereal?
It's the cereal.
Milk. Oh,
No, it's the cereal.
really?
Yeah, I'm almond milk. All the I don't
Oh, okay.
I don't do dairy milk at
I
all.
want cereal now.
I know I want cereal and pizza with a tiny smidgen of sauerkraut on the side, just so I can have that afterwards.
Saying cereal and pizza makes me really want to also play like a Nintendo 64 game.
Oh, I'm going to
Same
go home and I'm going
time.
to have some kind of cereal and I'm going to play video games.
Well,
I
that's
too am
normal.
going to have
That
cereal
is
and play
normal.
video games.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
What are you playing?
Oh my gosh, it's so silly. Okay, so I had a therapist a couple years ago because it turns out I'm angry and I have control issues, and I had no idea that.
No way.
Yeah, I had no idea that I had control issues for sure.
Isn't that hilarious when we find out about that
I
ourselves?
hated it. I hated that part.
How dare you say that to me? I'm angry.
So this therapist, while I was doing EMDR in between sessions, had said, and for anyone who doesn't know, I don't know what the acronym stands for, but it's like it changes your brain, and I swear by it. EMDR, look it up. He had suggested that I play an 8-bit game where I can control everything, and because I like 8-bit games, I like the old retro style little tiny games. And like my first jam was Atari. I like it. I'm older. I get it. Long story longer,
Long story longer.
I totally forgot what we were talking about.
8-bit games.
8-bit games. Oh yeah, so
and your
it's called
control.
It's called High Sea Saga, and it's literally for kids. And I get to be a pirate on a pirate ship, and I get to go around fighting other pirate ships online or not. If I decide I can control all the rooms in the ship, I decide what goes in, what goes out, what goes where, who comes in. I can turn people in for their bounty, or I can keep them and make them work for me. It's kind of
like
horrible.
slavery.
Yes, like
Okay.
I was just thinking that, but no,
You can almost say child slavery because it's a child's game, but it's not children being enslaved in the game.
Pirate slavery.
pirate slavery. It
say
is.
say the inappropriate.
Say the
thing.
weird thing.
Say the
Say the-
inappropriate thing.
Yeah.
This is so much heavier than I thought it was going to be. I'm sorry.
What is that?
It's some kind of
It's a ball that I've been lost in for the last 2 weeks.
yeah. Like I keep looking at it.
I stare at it and I
Like
get lost.
4 things just ran through my mind when you said what you just said, so I'm gonna keep them all to myself and save it for my sponsor.
Keep 3 of those, or share 2 of those things.
Wow, fantabulous! Look at that. It's like a. This isn't even real. It's AI.
It stands for eye movement desensitization. I can't say that word. And
Desensitization.
thank you.
Yeah.
And reprocessing.
Yeah.
And I've done it too.
Bilateral something stimulation.
Mine had nothing to do with my eyes though. My eyes were closed and I was holding these 2 things that
The
vibrated
tappers.
back and forth.
Yes, I've done that way too.
And so I got over I got over 3 different. I didn't want to call it PTSD because I thought that was reserved for soldiers and female rape victims.
I said that very same thing to the lady that did EMDR when she told me that I had trauma. I laughed at her and she said, "Why is this funny?" And I said, "Because only soldiers and rape victims have trauma. I've never killed anyone. I've never." And she said, "Out of 15 points, you have 14." And so
I wasn't told on a point system, but
Bang.
a funny thing happened when I started the EMDR. Is in I have the memory that I start at, and my mind just went to a completely different memory, and I didn't even start with that. My mind went somewhere else.
to a different repressed memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened to me once.
Yep. Turns out, well, I kind of was a rape victim, but I didn't see it
blocking
like
it
that.
out,
I
right?
didn't. I mean, and yes, I actually thought about it every single day of my life until I was like late teens. Thought about it every day of my life.
But EMDR changed that for you, right?
Yeah, it absolutely changed it. And then
100%,
and then the other 2 things also just boom, gone.
Gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me too. And I've done that ART therapy too.
I heard
Art?
it. Yeah.
Art. Yeah. I can't remember what that one stands for
I'm gonna-
either.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
look
have
it
to ask the book of someone.
I'm gonna look it up.
But that one's a little bit more intense, and like with EMDR, you're working through your trauma and you're talking through, and like there's 3 or 4 different methods of administering EMDR. They can do the tappers, which is the vibrating alternating paddles, sounds of drops of water, or the eye movement back and forth. And I've done 2 of the methods, the eyes and the tappers.
Which one was your favorite?
I like the eyes because
Okay.
I mean, when you really get to going through there, you're not supposed to move your head. You're just supposed to follow the person's, back and forth with your eyes. And the more intense the trauma, the faster the person's hand goes, and then they stop. So you have a time to process, and then they start going again. And the more intense the trauma, the more, yeah. And it does, yeah, I thought you were doing that. Yeah. And it does something
I was trying to play
bilaterally.
out-
and
yeah.
It does something in your brain. And it was actually discovered by a doctor in some other country. She was walking across a bridge and she was watching the birds fly across the bridge as she was processing something horribly traumatic in her life. And she put 2 and 2 together, and now we have EMDR and ART, and it changes lives. And I swear by it because I'm no longer the feral animal trying to climb walls when I feel something upsetting.
So now you're domesticated.
A little bit. We're getting
A little bit.
I have a leash on, I think.
You're house trained.
Yes.
I just heard Bob Barker's voice.
Bob Barker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember what he said? Remember what he used to say at the
Get your
end?
cat spayed and neutered.
Yes. Have your pet spayed and neutered.
Yeah. Yeah. Get your pet spayed and neutered.
Art therapy is a mental health discipline that uses the creative process of art making to help individuals explore their emotions, develop self-awareness, and improve their overall well-being.
See, so now when I hear a description like that, art making, my brain automatically goes to, oh, we're going to do art projects. That's not what it was for me. I don't know how it is for other people, but it was much in the same way of EMDR. I went into it thinking it like, oh, it's going to be exactly the same. I'm going to have to do, whatever it is, hold paddles or whatever. And it wasn't exactly the same, but it was like, first he described, painting the picture, going back to that scene, the image, and to be able to turn it into a television and it's on a channel and to just slowly erase and then replace the imagery. And that was really powerful for me because I was born over 85% deaf. And so, and I could not hear until I was 9 years old. And so visually things are very impactful for me. I pick up everything visually first. So,
All right.
and then you to talk like that.
We know you don't.
No, my parents bought me voice and music lessons my whole life.
So
that
is your hearing, are you still at 85?
one of my ears, I can't remember, I think it's this one. I think my right ear, I hear better from the vibration of sound through the bone. And
Okay.
like my eardrums are really elasticy and my ear canals are longer than most people's. And like my eustachian tubes, all the tubes that run in through my face and my sinuses are still the size of a small child's. Like I have to get rhinoplasty done at some point in time. It's bad. It's really bad. Kind of
Wow.
why I sound the way I sound sometimes.
Well, I recently found out that I am technically colorblind.
Really?
Technically,
What does that
How do you
even
be
mean?
technically
Yeah, what does
I
that
can-
mean?
so,
Like fractionally?
on a like on this little test scale, I can identify 13 shades of colors.
How many shades are there?
Is
A
there more than
lot.
13?
Oh yeah, like like those paint swatches, and
Mhm.
like they show just ever changing fades or
I
whatever.
hate that thing.
I cannot decipher until like it's this shade and then way over here.
Oh.
Here all looks the same.
My eyes water in between the shades. I don't like looking at those things.
Yeah, I and unless like there's a very definitive color density change, I can't decipher the difference.
Except I recently learned why my eyes water when I look at that kind of stuff. And there's other things too. My right eye can never be corrected.
Well, what's wrong with
It's-
it? It looks fine.
Bigger than my left eye. It's
Oh, like the eyeball itself.
yeah. Like it's completely healthy. But it's bigger than my left eye,
Huh.
and it's a longer oval shape as well.
Oh, so like, do you have like astigmatism in one eye and not in the other?
Yeah,
Then is that
my
what
left
that
eye is
means?
20/20. Yeah, my glass. So when I'm not wearing glasses, it takes a while for my right eye to
Catch up.
Dominate.
adjust to.
Yeah.
I'm doing all the work again. Doing
Yeah.
all the work. Like I have depth perception because of this eye, but close it, everything stays the same. Close this one, I can't tell that you have eyes right now. I know you have them because it's a little bit darker right there in that part of your face.
Now I'm like switching my eyes
Wow.
to see if I have the same shit going on. No, I don't.
I
I'm
was
okay.
I was always hoping that I could get like one of those surgery. I can't
Like
remember
a
what it's called.
LASIK?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was always hoping I could do that, but I was also like, I can see great out of this eye. I'll wait until this eye goes too. And then this eye started doing the whole small words things. So let's get some reading glasses because get older. Blah blah blah.
Oh gosh, I just got bifocals like 2 weeks ago. That's how you know.
I
Yeah,
almost
that's how you know.
got bifocals.
I
This
got
was my
it.
first time. This is my first pair of glasses since I was like 13.
Yeah.
And I just decided to stop wearing them because my left eye used to be bad too, and then corrective lenses somehow corrected it. I guess I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know, but the last eye exam I had before my last pair of glasses when I was a kid, they said it was 20/20 in this eye and 30/75 in the right eye. And I was like, okay,
It's a stark
why is the
difference.
right eye getting worse?
Yeah.
And they said, well, sometimes blah, 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 blah. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Wah, 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 wah,
Yeah.
wah,
As soon as
wah.
they say we can't fix it, then
I heard the words well sometimes. That's what I heard. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
And so I just done.
Somebody told me the day that I got my bifocals that I looked old, so I have not worn them since. I really don't need them. I have astigmatism, so it makes things blurry.
Oh,
Alien shaped eyes,
yeah, driving at night is
That
difficult.
is, yeah, that is difficult. I will say that.
It's not difficult. It's annoying. It's annoying.
Yeah, I have to do a
Did
lot
you know
of eye
that
squinting.
blue-eyed people can actually see better at night? than
Closer
brown-eyed
to the mic.
people?
Closer to the mic.
Blue-eyed people can actually see better
At
at
night.
night than brown-eyed
and
people.
green-eyed people.
Huh.
Yeah, I have green eyes, and it annoys my wife how well I can see in the dark.
I can see really well in the dark.
I can too.
I'm so
My eyes trick me in the dark bad still. Like I did too many meths one time, and now I see, now I like
It's not your
bad.
eyes, it's your brains. that's
It
screwing
is.
up.
It is. But now forever, if I'm driving off the side on my left side, I forever see like an endless line of the front of a red, little tiny red fox, and I can see like I know it's not there, but it's an endless line of a little red running fox beside me. I can see out of my peripheral. I know it's not there.
What
but
did you name the fox?
I haven't?
Why not? I mean, if he's
I never thought
if
of
the
it.
fox is always going to be there, why not give it a name? Make
I
it
never
friendly.
thought of that. I named my car, but I didn't name the invisible fox.
what does
Huh.
the fox say?
What does the fox say?
I was hoping one of the weird people in here would get that.
Yeah.
One of.
One of the weird people.
Trixie, because it's not there and it tricks me.
There you go.
Trixie the fox.
Trixie. There
That
you
would
go.
be my name if I could pick my name, Trixie.
You can pick your name in this country. You
But
can
my name
change
is-
your name.
My name is pretty cool though.
It kinda is.
it's 2 letters, but it's 5.
That is good math.
No, it really is. It's EEJAI.
Oh, I understand now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, people all the time they're like, "Is your name Elizabeth Emily?" No, it's EJ. It's really EJ, and in German it's Ija.
I want you to tell me where you get the Rambo part.
So the lady that never gave up on me, that like brought me around these rooms in the cities in particular, my hero, I call her that, and she she didn't really care for the name, and I was trying to hide from someone online, and my name is very distinct and my face is pretty distinct. So I figured, well, if you're not going to use that handle, I will. So, and it's stuck. Ray seems to like it a lot.
Yeah, well,
Where'd you get the Barbie part?
Because she looks like Barbie. This wasn't even about me. I totally, in my mind, Rambo Barbie is my hero. And then, you know, she goes, well, you didn't need me, honey. You've been your own hero the whole time. Here's your cape. Put it on.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
That's so cute.
So
I like that.
So Rambo Barbie it is.
So do you come here every Wednesday?
No, actually, I have aftercare every Wednesdays, but tonight I graduated Twin Cities Wellness Center and Recovery Gym, TCWCRG, and last August, the acronym, otherwise known as, last August I graduated, so I'm alumni now, and as alumni, you can go back and use their football field size equipment to exercise.
Oh, cool.
I go back most Fridays for the alumni dinner and to hear a speaker. And every month or every other month, there's a graduation for the next group of graduates
Okay.
from treatment. And as alumni, I go. It's very important to me, community. And you know, when I moved out here, I didn't know anyone. I didn't have anything but the clothes on my back, and I've been out here for several years, not making connections and relapsing a bunch. So, you know, I'm trying to make connections here and there.
So you're not typically available on Wednesday.
No.
The reason I was asking is because I'm so right as of right now I'm flying solo next week, and it'd be nice to have a co-host.
Oh,
You want to co-host the whole show next week?
You don't have to do anything except for just participate in conversations. I can handle all this stuff.
what time does it just start?
Starts at 8.
Oh, I could do that. Yeah, because we get out a little before 8. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can, and if you don't get here exactly at 8, you can be a little late. That's fine with me.
I literally live like 4 blocks away.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, you just took away your excuse from me.
So you will co-host with him
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
All right. Will you co-host
get-
with me on the 11th?
Oh yeah, because I'm gonna
What
be
is the
gone
day? What is the day of the week?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. We always do
This
Wednesday.
show is always on Wednesdays.
Our show's on
You know, I
Monday.
could do that. You know what? I could do that. If it's at 8 o'clock, I mean, we always get out like at least 15 minutes before, and that gives me plenty of time to get over here. So no excuses. And I needed a service commitment. So
There you go.
Sweet.
There you go.
And you,
Wednesdays. At
Yeah.
8 p.m.
I like that.
I do too, actually.
We just covered both weeks, Jake.
There you go.
And we could use a
You got a
steady
marker?
female presence on our show.
We could
Yeah.
because only having male presences on the show is a lot of
I heard-
male perspective.
So you just committed next week and June 11th that you will be the full co-host for those
Yes.
shows. Can you come on the show regularly and be on this show regularly?
I don't see why not.
There we go. We have a
The best thing that is going to come of this is while she's on here, she's definitely not using.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
That's true.
Just adds to my recovery. Yes, I'm just adding to my recovery portfolio.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, next week we can probably open the show talking about 8-bit games because you just saying that I was playing a 16-bit game for most of the day today because I didn't have
Oh.
anything to do today.
Huh.
It was really
You realize that now I'm going to go home and look up 16-bit game. What is that?
that's
'Cause I
it.
know what the
Super
8-bit
Super
is.
Nintendo, Sega Genesis.
yeah,
those kind of those kind
Okay.
of games.
I gotta go
Oh.
see those guys. Just a minute.
And-
Okay, go ahead.
And then I think I'm gonna go play like I don't know what I want to play. Maybe like no, I don't want to play Mario.
I'm gonna play Baldur's Gate for the 8th time.
Oh
Yeah,
my god, I
yeah.
love Baldur's Gate so much.
I just beat it with my friends for the 7th time on Sunday.
You can get it on your phone now.
Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
Oh, it's such a big game. I
I know.
downloaded it on my phone.
Yeah, but I have.
But
lots of
yeah,
space on mine.
We're going to play another playthrough with the new subclasses that they just dropped in patch 8, and we're doing mods.
What are the new subclasses?
Oh, now you're gonna be looking.
Yeah, I am because I want to know.
Ryan, can you fill this dead air time for a moment?
Do, 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 do.
No, you can't. Okay.
Um,
I like all the stickers you got on your.
it's not
Okay.
mine.
So here's
Oh,
the new
no.
subclasses. Under Barbarian, there's Path of the Giants, so you can be a giant now.
Okay.
Under Bard, there's College of Glamour.
Ooh.
Under Cleric, there's Death Domain, so you can be a Necro.
Necromat. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Under Druid, there's Circle of Stars now. Fighter, Arcane Archer, so you can be
Ooh,
a magic fighter.
Rambo Barbie.
Monk, Way of the Drunken Master. And one of our friends actually played around with it a little bit. So
Yeah.
you know, in the game, how you can find all the wine and stuff.
Yeah.
if you drink wine and then go into combat as a drunken master monk, then you deal extra damage.
Nice. Nice. Wow.
That makes me want to watch The Drunken Master.
Paladin, Oath of the Crown.
That's the one I always play as a paladin.
I played Paladin. It's difficult to keep. Every time I broke my oath. Under Ranger, there's Swarm Keeper. Under
Ooh, like
Rogue,
bees?
yep.
Oh,
Under Rogue, there's a Swashbuckler, so you can be a pirate now.
nice.
Under Sorcerer, there's Shadow Magic.
Okay.
Warlock, there's Hexblade, so you can be like a fighting style warlock.
Hmm.
And Wizard is Blade Singing.
Nice. Okay.
I know you got none of that.
Well,
What's that? What-
actually, you telling me about all those different what do you call them? I was thinking of as
Subclasses.
personalities. That's what I was thinking of them
Yes.
as.
Yeah.
Because I've been playing a lot of Dragon Warrior. Well, it's Dragon Quest. I don't know why they changed
Oh
the name.
yeah, Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest. But I've been doing the original 8-bit versions. So first I did the original Dragon Quest, and then number 2, and right now I'm on number 3, which I actually never played. And I'm doing a revamped version, not the 2D version, but a revamped version for the Switch. And there, I thought I'd beaten the game. I thought I was done with it, and I was kind of disappointed. But there's a whole underworld, and the underworld is the original Dragon Warrior, Dragon Quest map.
I think they just made Dragon Quest free for PlayStation Plus, and I downloaded it, but I haven't played it yet.
Completely
It's a lot of fun.
unrelated game, but have y'all played Soul Calibur?
Oh, back in the day.
Yes.
Way back in the day.
I love Soul Calibur. I was just at Uptown playing Soul Calibur, and I love Ivy. Like, I kind of sometimes feel like that. Like, if I could be a character in a game, I would be Ivy from Soul Calibur. It seems fitting.
I played some Soul Calibur 2 in the arcades back in the day, and I have played that at Uptown. But my jam for fighting games was always Tekken.
Couldn't get into Tekken.
I got regularly destroyed starting in Tekken 4 and in Tekken 5 and Tekken, the original Tekken Tag.
Is that the one that Eddie was on, or is that
Eddie. So Eddie, my favorite version of Eddie was in Tekken 3. He wasn't in Tekken 4. That was he was at Christy was in there. I don't remember what her relationship was. Like I used to know all their backstories and everything, but now yep. But and like
whatever? I still
Tekken,
collect Pokemon cards and trade them.
I really wish I wouldn't have stopped playing Magic.
I wish you didn't. stop playing Magic.
I've wished that since you came back and then told me that you were into Magic. I had all.
Have you guys ever played Rift? If you played Magic, you've played Rift, right?
I have not.
Have you even heard of it?
I
No.
haven't.
Okay, ask the Book of Phone what Rift is. It's an imaginary game, but there are big books. There are big textbooks for all.
Sounds like D&D.
It is similar to D&D, very similar, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I was always a juicer in that game, and it's like you can play it for months on end, or you can play it for a couple hours. Like, depends on what your story, whatever storyline you're doing.
MMORPG. Massively multiplayer online
role.
adventure
Okay.
set in the dynamic fantasy universe of Telara.
Oh, so it's
Telara?
it's like
I don't even
World of
know. I don't
Warcraft
remember
and,
how you
and
say it.
RuneScape
Telara.
and that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's fun.
You are an ascended, a hero of Telara, protecting your land against invaders from the elemental planes. Sounds wonderful. Also, y'all's conversation makes me want to go home and play Black Flag too.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Talking to a friend of mine, Assassin's Creed. I haven't I've played the ones that came after it because that was only the 4th Assassin's Creed game. I just couldn't get into them. But you get to play a pirate who's against the other pirates and against 2 different navies.
Yeah, you can steal boats. And
I
stuff.
love it.
I do like pirate games.
I love
By the
it
way,
so
I loved
much.
Valhalla just because I
That's
loved
what he's
watching
playing
Vikings
right now.
I watched Vikings and I was like, I love Vikings, and they came out with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and like they talk about like, oh yeah, do you want to, Bjorn, Bjorn Ragnarsson,
Okay.
because they talk about Ragnar's sons Bjorn and Ivar, like
Okay,
they're in that
yep.
game.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Well, the only difference is Ivar the Boneless in that game actually walks.
Okay.
But he's still Ivar the Boneless, and he's a berserker.
Boneless.
And is he really boneless?
Yeah, no. But I loved Valhalla.
I've decided when I finally have some extra money, I'm gonna buy that game and I'm gonna play it because I'm
Do you have
interested.
PlayStation?
No,
Oh
I have Switch.
no.
All the Assassin's Creed games are on the Switch. I can't really buy things right
Then
now.
you should get High Sea Saga. It's on the Switch.
I probably will.
Just because on
It's so
PlayStation
fun.
Plus, Valhalla's free.
Oh, it's not free. You have to have PlayStation Plus.
Well, you know.
I can't buy things right now because I'm on workman's comp, and I have to pay my bills and keep my daughter fed.
Oh, what happens if you don't pay bills?
Then my
They
daughter
shut
doesn't.
lights off.
Then
and
my daughter
babies
doesn't
don't
have a
get
place
eat.
to sleep.
Right.
I mean, like you pay the essential bills.
Yeah,
What's so bad if you don't pay the garbage bill?
I'm not letting garbage pile up in my house. I don't live like that anymore.
There you go. That part.
Hmm.
But they they let you go like 6 months before they stop. I just forgot one time.
That's what I used to do.
I
used to
forgot.
forget.
I forgot, and this was like last month, so like I still make these mistakes in recovery. And I put the garbage can out there, and I came home and like opened it up, I'm like, oh, it's still full. And like the next day, like, oh, it's still full. And I called, and they're like, oh yeah, you owe us like $300. You haven't paid. In 6 months. I was like, sorry.
I did that twice in 1 year, and both times I called them up and blamed them, and told them, well, I don't know why you didn't take the money out. It's because it wasn't on automatic payment. That's why. I knew why, but I just called them up and blamed them, and then I apologized to the driver when the driver would come up and I was home. I'm like, I'm really sorry. I didn't, I was embarrassed because I forgot. Because I'd call them up and then I'd pay it, but then I put it on automatic payment. And then when it comes out, I'm really surprised and it upsets me for about 5 seconds. And then I'm good.
Yeah, I've put about 80% of my bills on automatic payment now.
Yeah.
Just because I'm forgetful.
That's like when you've made it to real adulthood is when your bills come out of like, or if you have a landline phone. I think
I
that
will
in my
never
brain.
have that again.
I will never.
Ugh.
No, thank you.
Yuck.
No, the only things I manually pay right now are my mortgage and my car payment.
Dude, I just turned 40 and I just found out what a mortgage was. This is ridiculous. And like, so the lady that I refer to as Rambo Barbie, for my 1 year clean, she got me this book. It's called How to Adulting.
I've not seen it. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know what
it's
talking about.
excellent. There's like, it goes through everything and it tells you like it has itemized little things. It tells you how to shop properly for food. It tells you how to pay bills correctly. It tells you how to balance a checkbook, like normal everyday things that a person should have learned a long time ago. And
Yeah.
I just didn't pick that.
Things
stuff
that
up.
should be taught in school, maybe.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Or I just wasn't. I feel like they did teach a couple of things, and I just wasn't really. I didn't care.
They didn't teach that to me in school.
I pay my credit card manually too. I forgot.
I pay my credit card manually and I pay my mortgage manually. Everything else, no, I pay my utilities manually.
I'll probably set up my car for automatic. I just haven't made the first payment yet.
Okay, yeah, you just got a new car.
Manually, so like you like go somewhere, or you like send money.
I know, I
I go
computer.
on the app and I type in the
it's an
stuff
app.
and I hit submit.
Oh,
It's an app now, except
Otherwise
for
it
my
just comes out
mortgage.
automatic.
I go on the
Okay, I get it.
computer.
But
see, I'm still
Yeah.
learning adult things. Like I'm like
Yeah.
I had to do girl math in my head about that. Sorry, ladies.
No worries.
Not with them.
Yeah,
but I, you
How
know what I
many
do? You know what I do
listeners
really
do you get?
wrong with how many listeners do we have today? Or
Do you
typically?
typically get?
About 1,200.
Stop. Really?
yeah. Tell your friends you're going to be on.
Wow. I mean, they are all sick of hearing me talk. I'm sure.
Well, tell them you're going to be on.
All right, I will.
There you go.
Yeah, and then
They can make their
then
own
tell them
choices.
to share it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. The terrible thing I do as an adult is credit cycle.
What does that mean?
So I pay off my credit card entirely every paycheck, and you're not supposed to do that.
Why?
It's not good for your credit score.
Depending.
What?
Yeah,
Depending.
because like I'll pay it off, I'll be at 0,
Yeah.
but then I'll rack it up again.
Why
and
is
then-
that not? I would think that would.
Because when they actually send out the statement, that's what the reports to the credit bureaus.
I still don't get it. But
I don't
That's okay.
either, but I just keep doing that because I know like but I rack up my cash back pretty good. So I'm like
Well, 'cause,
whatever,
like,
I'm still
Do
benefiting.
you have a loan, Jake?
I have so many loans.
Okay, so you have a loan.
Yeah.
So that shows you can carry a balance. If you have no balance on your credit card, it doesn't matter.
really, I didn't know that.
Well,
So like my credit went from I had 0 credit score, like none, which I've heard is worse than bad credit.
No, it's not.
Well, so I took out this $10,000 student loan to go to school and did all the things, and I pay everything off immediately that I'm purchasing with my card. And then I got this credit builder card, and I don't understand that, but you got to keep a certain amount in it or whatever. And I've done that. And I've always had at least like $25 in each account. And somehow I started school back in like August or September last year. And as of like a couple months ago, I have a credit score of 650 now. Like, how does it go from nothing to 650?
Well,
Because
you have a
I took out
loan.
that loan.
You have an active loan that's not in default.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that you're not paying on because it's I can't remember the term, not in arrears.
It's
Like my first payment isn't even due
it's
until
it's like forbearance.
6 months after you get
After you
After you
graduate
graduate,
or
yeah.
you're done with school.
Well,
something like that. Yeah.
yeah. The tough thing is though is that it is accruing APR right now, or it's accruing
Right. It
interest.
started as of February. It
Yeah.
started collecting because it wasn't until then. And then they said I owed whatever.
Which is like thievery, legal thievery.
Yeah. You don't have to pay me back for a year, but for that entire year, I'm going to add balance. I'm going to add to that.
Yeah, the
balance.
juice is running. I'm a bookie. I'm a legal bookie.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
One of the
That's
other
my 2
things
cents.
that is easy to build credit is if you got $300, like go on Capital One and get a secured credit card,
Okay.
and then give them $300. They'll give you a credit card that has a $300 limit, and you're giving them an insurance policy.
Oh,
After 6 months of correctly using it, they'll double it to $600, but they won't ask for any more money. And then after a year, if you're still in good standing, they'll give you that $300 back.
You have to
Wow.
use it once a month, and what I've always told people, use it. Put something small on it, like
Netflix,
Yeah.
something that will bill every month. That's little, and that you can easily turn
Oh.
around and be like, oh yeah, here's
Pay
your
it off.
$12 back, Capital
pay it
One.
off immediately, so you're not accruing interest because that really doesn't matter at this
Huh.
point. And then you have to do it 12 months in a row.
Yeah.
You do it 12 months in a row. You get
also it's like an SR22. Otherwise, it starts over again, right?
basically
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and then they send that money back to you. that
And
you
then
gave
after a
them.
year of doing that, your credit score will be really high.
Hmm.
You can get any credit card that you want. And then if you're like, oh, I would like to go, you can do whatever you want with credit wise if you have the income to back it.
Well, yeah, I don't have great ideas even at a year and a half clean. So my next best idea, because I work 3 jobs and only get paid for one sometimes, is that like I'm gonna go take out another $10,000 loan so I can start to try to pay off the first $10,000 loan. Rob Peter to pay back Paul.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So doing a secured credit card through Capital One will get you there,
Okay.
or anybody that does secured cards.
or anybody.
But I would do one that has, you have a smartphone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone that has an app, because there are,
Yeah, that's why I
banks
say
that will-
credit or capital, because like there's an app,
Yeah.
and then they also do car loans in the future, and they have better credit cards later on, and
Hmm.
so like it's just a big financial institution. Some people don't care for that, but to me, like the amount of power that they offer through lending,
Capital One.
that's why I always say try them.
nope.
I'm gonna look that shit up right now.
So I think it's getting to that time.
EJ, you want to plug anything?
I don't know. No, my brain's not functioning right now. I'm just tired.
You want to plug nothing?
No.
I want to plug stuff.
Like what?
Can I plug?
Plug.
This Saturday at Robbinsdale Elano,
Ooh.
we are having a barbecue
Oh.
from 12 to 4. That's noon to 4. And your phone's going off.
Not mine.
Not mine.
Maybe it is mine.
From 12 to 4, Robbinsdale
That is
Elano.
mine.
It is a barbecue. There's going to be games. There's going to be lots of fun to be had. There's going to be, great food. There's going to be people selling things in recovery to benefit Gopher State.
Will you be there?
I will be there.
I might go. No, I can't go.
Ooh, I thought of something I wanted to plug.
I'll have Ophelia.
And then bring Ophelia. There'll be lots of other little kids.
No, I already have.
There's going to
Yeah.
be bubbles there.
I already have plans in my backyard with her and my parents.
Oh,
They're gonna
bring your parents. I'd like to see your parents.
they're
too.
gonna no, her birthday party's in 2 weeks, and I can't do a lot of work with my back right now in my backyard. They're gonna help me. Yeah. Continue your
Oh,
plug.
She said, "Is her mouth made a circle?"
So that plug, Robbinsdale Elano, this Saturday from noon to 4. Please, we'd love to see you. I believe I'm still trying to talk my sponsor into bringing his lawn darts.
I got yard dice. Big yard.
You should
dice.
bring them.
I should.
You should.
They're like big wooden blocks of dice. I guess it's excellent. We played big 10,000, giant 10,000.
Oh, bring them.
Awesome.
And then Gopher State is next Saturday, and Robbinsdale Alano at their suite on Saturday at 7:00 will be handing out Columbia Heights Pizza Man.
Nice.
They'll be giving away the
Will
store.
be giving it away? No,
Oh,
Oh,
pizza supplied by that store.
oh, slices of pizza.
Yes,
Yum.
we are getting 21 jumbo pizzas.
Ophelia will like that because she'll be
Wow.
there with me.
I
She will love it.
pizza.
She's going to be really upset that you can't go in the pool. I want to go swimming. Baby, we can't go swimming. Why not? She's going to stomp her foot because she's already going to be 4.
Sassy age.
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, my
Mhm.
God.
Oh, just wait.
What are you
Girls-
plugging?
Girls are bad.
Oh, she got the plug already. I love my girl, by the way. I'm just a puddle of mush for her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, girls are great until they're teenagers and they think they're 30. It's great. So, I don't know if it's already been announced, but here at Will Work at 1 p.m., there's a new meeting that has started. I know that's been extremely helpful in this summer transition for me. So 1 p.m. Monday through Friday here at Will Work. And I think like 1 or 2 of the days, solidly Friday, I chair the meeting. So come check it out.
So that's every day at 1?
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
So that's not a noon meeting. That's a afternoon meeting.
Mhm. 1 p.m.
There used to be so many noon meetings when I like 10, 15 years ago,
Mhm.
20 years ago. There's so many noon meetings.
Right. And now I can't hardly find any.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
Yeah, the only ones I know is at the Plymouth 2 Alano.
Okay. Okay.
It's the only one I ever found in my 3 years.
That's cool.
What are you plugging?
I don't know what I want to plug, man. I'm sorry. My brain's not firing right now.
I want to plug your hat.
Oh shit.
That
I
is a
forgot-
cool
I
hat.
forgot I was wearing this.
That is
You know
a
what?
cool
I know what I'm
hat.
gonna plug. I know what I'm gonna plug. Oh, how does this work?
Yeah, just
Carefully.
Turn this way. There. I was gonna break the cord.
Yeah,
You can
don't
see
do
the
that.
whole thing. There we go. I'll move this out of the way so you can see my hat. Or I'll just pick this thing up.
Iridescent and
Anybody who knows this hat, you get 10 points.
what do we win at like 20 points?
well, the thing is,
You can
for
get one of those
redemption-
Chinese finger traps.
Oh my gosh. I got stuck in one of those last week and I panicked.
You said finger traps?
I really did get stuck in one with somebody and I panicked. I was like, get me out of this thing or I'm gonna lose it.
Serious? Have you never been in one of those before?
Yeah, but it like it got stuck so far down on my finger that it got wrapped around my rings because I have like a lot of shrapnel on my
Oh,
hands.
you do. Look at
I
that.
do, yeah. It's weaponry. I live on the north side.
Don't be a bomb because you'll hurt people around you with all that shrapnel in
I'm
your hands.
telling you what.
Okay.
I know it.
Okay.
I know it. There's flying parts, I'm sure, sometimes.
I'm gonna plug embracing your inner nerd, like I am
Yeah.
right now with this hat. This is a hat representing Back to the Future 2
Nice.
when they traveled forward in time to the to the futuristic time of 2015, and they had flying cars and hoverboards.
And because they broke that space-time continuum, now Marty McFly shakes.
And the car.
Yeah, yes. Oh, wow. Wow.
Rule 62.
Wow.
Don't take it serious.
I love it. I love it.
And hold on, let's see if I can do this. Let's see how flexible I am.
Yeah, right.
Get it up there. Socks.
Fruit Loops.
Socks. I love it. Oh, man. I have a whole sock collection.
I
got-
do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a single pair of plain socks because
That
that's
one was
just
made
boring
this
to me.
time.
I want to plug being your inner nerd. Let your inner nerd out. Whatever you're nerdy about, it can be having ridiculous socks with characters on them or advertising for cereal companies. It can be having shiny hats that are really uncomfortable. Because you have a weird shaped head. It can be Magic the Gathering, or it can be video games, or it can be sports. Whatever you like.
Oh, I'm real nerdy about plants. Real nerdy
Me
about
too.
plants. Like I know a common oblate vulgaris, to put it bluntly, a weed. I sold that from Alice in Wonderland, the
Mhm.
cartoon version though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I used to have a plant business. I actually still have a wholesale account at Kohler and Dram. Mhm. We're coming up on the time of year where they get imported flowers from in their cooler section too.
Oh,
Imported flowers from like, there's one that only grows in Hawaii. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a cartoon. It looks like a cartoon drawn on the bottom of the flower. It's really cool.
neat.
Anyways, be your inner nerd, whatever you're into, let that flag fly. Be yourself. So then we can normalize
Asking weird shit.
Yeah. And being weird.
you being yourself.
Being yourself. Yeah.
You find your tribe when you're being yourself.
Mhm.
If you're trying to conform, you're not going to be happy.
Right.
That is all. Thank you for listening. All 1 or 3 of you. I
Mhm.
appreciate the participation.
We actually do really well the day after.
Okay.
Just putting that out there.
Cool.
Love you all.
We'll see you next week. Well, I will see you next week.
I
Jake
will
will
see you.
not.
I will be here.
We
next
will
week.
have
I will witness
guest
you two next week.
host Rambo Barbie.
I'm here somewhere.
If I can figure out how to end stream.